Good evening, one and all. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week, and that of course means it's time for some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, one and all, and first of all, thank you very, very much there to Miralabe, who's gifted out 5 subs to the community before the stream barely even got started. Miralabe, thank you very much for those 5 gifted subs there. Going out to, let me see here, is that Rizopmiapus? I think that's supposed to be backwards Super Imposer, I think, if I'm reading that correctly, as well as Sudsboy, Rapture Seeker, Sourwolf57, and Mountain Drew. Thank you very much, Miralabe, for giving out those subs. And now followed up from Cosmo with the 2-year resub there. That is absolutely huge. Cosmo, thank you very much for continuing support here as well. So, to both of you, cheers. Cheers indeed. Saying, don't plan to play it myself, but we'll see what the deep Archimedea are like. Absolutely, you'll be seeing that here. Oh, yes, indeed. Cosmo is now a chocolate teapot. I mean, I would go with bronze, but sure, if you prefer chocolate, sure. Held together magically by the power of sheer tea. So it doesn't melt. It's a very powerful chocolate. Hello there, Jedi. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. So yes, we're going to have a look at those deep Archimedea, and in fact there's no point delaying on that. Let's just head straight on down and see what situation I've got to prepare for. Because that is the question. We have got to deal with all the bits and pieces. Miralabe saying, you get the Phosphor every round you get to 37. Oh really? Is that a bug? That sounds like a bug if the reward is happening multiple times over. That definitely sounds like some kind of bug. Yes. Hello there, Necroloid. Who apparently likes the bird. I think Archimedea are hard enough for you. Difficulty is subjective. I mean, yeah, fair enough. If you can handle them, congratulations. Frankly. Congratulations. Lisa, I get you. Yeah, if you want to play Warframe as a casual game rather than a let's push the envelope every moment of every mission, sure, go for it. Warframe is designed to be a very casual experience overall. It's just that some areas are designed to be a little bit less casual. So I have the option of Warframe, Varuna, Ember, or Mirage if I want to get that bonus. For the primary loadout, Sinter, yuck. Hind, Harpak, yuck. Weaponry here, Atomos, Stug, Agrit, obviously it's the Stuck. And then melees, Argo and Vel, Gulsaw, or Cindo. I'm actually kind of tempted to go for the Cindo. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, Cosmo, we're not going through this again. Imagine I've got Lavos on my restricted loadout immediately on release. I mean, that would be nice. But, yeah. No such luck. What, 3 now? I think I have 4 Stugs now on Brully. It's kind of getting stupid. To unlock Elite, you need to take all 8 modifiers? Yeah. So what I'm going to have to do is probably a Mirage, Hind, Atomos, Cindo run, and then I have Lethargic Shields. Shield recharge delay increased 500%. Yikers. Transference Distortion. Cannot use Operator. Okay. Knife Step Syndrome. Lose 2 health when moving. Jumping pause is the effect. Nice. Thanks for that. Energy Exhaustion. Lose 2 energy per second for each enemy within 10 meters of you. And glancing across the screen, I can see this is going to be a particular problem because energy exhaustion, I don't want enemies within 10 meters of me. However, this mission has the modifier Myopic Munitions. Enemies will only take damage if the player is within 15 meters of them. So there is a 10 to 15 meter ring in which I can damage the enemy but not be drained by the enemy. Okay. Alright, that's a little bit more painful. And yeah, we're definitely going to be doing this as a group because, I mean, solo runs can come later. But for now, let's do this correctly. So, I'm going to need to get together all of these appropriate items, and I would like to have people who are willing and able to join in on something as potentially painful as these can be. Wait till we get Elite Archimedea and they add the Immortal Snail to the mix. Well, at least it moves slowly. It is, after all, a snail. Oh yes, indeed. So, if you'd like to join me on this semi-messaging game, The Engineer, I'll bring you on into the squad. We got Stefan Rage wanting to be one of those once more into the breach. Absolutely. Solomir ready as well. Can I join? You can indeed. And Derpy Dude shouldn't be having network issues this time. Well, that's a promising opening message, but come on in all the same. Come on in. So then, let's get rid of this entire loadout, I guess. Let's get rid of this. So I'm going to need to have my Mirage. It said the Hind. I'm hoping that a Kuva Hind is sufficient for that, because otherwise I'm in trouble. We need the Atomos, which I appear to have not incarnated. Ah. That is problematic. Okay then, so that is actually out. And then Sindo. Okay, let me think. What kind of option do I want this? King Fab saying, daily standing cap when I want to reach KV rank 5. I mean, you've had time to get there, my dude. You've had time since the release of the announcement of this mode, let alone the release of the KV in total. I mean, just saying. Right, okay, so this existing build is a shield-based one with Arcane Arachne. I think that was for testing purposes. Let's get rid of you. Arcane Aegis might be more sensible, but if I'm going to go that, I probably also want to have... Yeah, if I'm going for health tank. First question on that, am I going a health tank? Because I could slap adaptation onto this, use that in combination with Eclipse, and have plenty of defense, or switch to offense as needed on demand. I'm not going to have any operator availability to me, so I might as well go for an operator with a good passive. Because it means I can't... Will that also prevent last gasp? Probably. Did I check the other missions? Can't change gear after... Oh, true, good point. I should verify those. So we have... Exterminate with Necromex and damage issues. I have Alchemy with... let's see, Amphors damage me, and Fortified Foes are we Guardian Xmas, including Xmas Necromex, oh fun. And then Disruption, okay, with enemies regen health, or we'll just kill them first. And multiple Necromex. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Alright, this could be interesting. This could be interesting. So, back into the arsenal, let's plan around this. Party members can revive you, true, but it goes down over time, like the amount of time you've got to be saved. So this setup is absolutely not going to work, but I'm not going to break it. Let's break this setup, because I don't know what it's currently trying to be, but... I mean... It's on Rad Tox at the moment, so we don't want Rad Tox. I think Tox is my built-in element, though. Yeah, what is the status output on this? It's currently 52% with a fire rate of 6.75. Yeah, so what I can do here is if I drop off that, get a hold of Cold. So that should give me Rad Viral, which gives me general damage output there, which is good. Overall, just as a build, it'll do the work I need it to do. Does this build rely on shield regen delay? Ah, shield regen delay. That shield regen delay. I mean, Arcane Aegis can still work with us there, but yeah, I'm going to need to prepare around that defensively a lot, aren't I? Do I have a config I can just screw around with? I don't know what this config was supposed to be. Vigorous Swap? What was I doing with this config? Holster Amp? Oh, this one! This one was for Zors. You know what? I don't want to break that, so I'm just going to make a new loadout. Alright, let's go full defensive on this one. Let's go full defense. So, Rolling Guard in here as well. I want to keep the aura of the Corrosive Projection because that is just powerful to have. Let's get the redirection here. That's probably better off in that slot. I want to have the Aegis on this one here. And Energize, because lots of energy is a nice, powerful thing to have. I don't expect to be getting loads of... what do you call it? Loads of health orbs, because I'm not setting up for that, so we'll just have to go down that road. Strength is generally a good idea, so Blind Rage, because Eclipse is cheap, so I don't need to worry too much about that. But having the strength so we can get value out of it, very nice to have. Duration, so it lasts nice and long after casting as well. Energy max 225 should be plenty. I'm mostly focusing on just eclipsing here. I wonder if I'm not... I mean, I've got some crowd control elements to it as well, so I can just leave sleight of hand as is. Hall of Mirrors is great in general. Total eclipse so that I can boost up my clones. Let's see then. So I've already got general hit point defense and rolling guard, Aegis. I mean, in terms of the defenses I can get out of this, that's pretty much going to be the punt of it all with that up there. I'm running out of space, so I put that prime sure-footed on. Don't know if I want to do that, entitled. Dash polarity. Honestly, I might end up using Vigorous Swap, actually. Just because of the amount of a boost it can give. Or I could have the Energy Nexus, but I have Energize, that should be sufficient. Is the no operator going to cause problems if the Void Angel fights for reviving? Probably. Who knows? Does no operator deny you with Necromex? I don't really use Necromex in missions anyway, but I guess if they have a Necromex console, it might cause a problem. You know, Ohm has a chance for electric on slam. Can you increase that 100% now with slam changes? That's not something I've tested, Danky Kang, so I can't confirm or deny on that, sorry. Angels to have a void phase? Okay. And it does deny mechs. There we are then. Alright, you know what? Just to make use of the potential energy availability, the highs and the lows, because I'm going to have energy drain, at least in that first mission, let's just go for that. If you have Dante in your team that won't master on the fence, I mean, if we have a Dante, I'm preparing to keep myself up, though. Maybe Danky Kang. If that's your theory on what will affect it, then try it. That's what happens in Warframe testing. You have a theory, you go and try it, and you see what happens. I can't tell you your theory is going to work, because I've not tried it, and therefore I can't tell you what's going to work to try to make it work. You just have to try things. You're asking something I'm not going to break away to find out right now. Okay. In terms of a build, this is mostly focusing on the defense. It's costing a lot of capacity, especially due to this up here, but avoiding knockdowns feels like a good idea in general. So just having that there as a survivability tool just feels like a good idea to me. If I go with a Naramon passive, that means then that I can use melee as a fallback plan in terms of... Oh my god! Okay, let's upgrade this. Okay then, let's not use the really expensive bots because this lacks Former. Well, let's see then. This is going to be a Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds combo approach if I'm going to get any power out of it. I want Tennokai in here. Let's see. Follow Through is terrible, so Discipline's merit. I'm going to get anything out of that. Organ Shatter for the crit. I could give it Self-Priming Viral. That wouldn't hurt. We've got basic damage in there. I'm not going to go for Condition Overload because I'm not going for a primer approach, hence the Self-Priming Viral. Under average, I wonder what the math is with rolling no useful weapons and deep Archimedea. Probably high. Probably reasonably high, given how many weapons people invest into. I haven't invested into this one. I got melee adapters, might as well pop it in there. Let's go for... I mean, I could slap this in an electric approach. Like so. So I absolutely can do that. And I could open this up, former this, and that would give me 12 points left for one more mod. Is that over-investing? Do I want to invest 20 platinum? I don't think I do. Not at this point. Is this modded in a useful way? No, it is not. Let's fix that. So let's give this one Encumber. Let's drop the heat. Let's go that because it matches the polarity, and then I want... How am I going to deal with the cold and the heat? Ah, that innate heat is annoying, actually. No, I don't need that. Put this on the end. The heat, I'm going to have to melt into radiation, because my other options are blast, no good, and gas, not for a primer. I mean, gas cold is a thing, but rad cold is just going to be more helpful. It's just more helpful. And then fire rate. Oops, fire rate. Do I have one that's going to fit at this point? I mean, I already have a bit of fire rate on here, so it's not exactly a major concern. I can get it out of the isotope. It will take away from the cold, however, which I don't want to do. That's annoying. Do you have a secondary heat mod? Just stack heat on heat? I don't know what you're asking, T-Funk, to be quite honest. Like, yes, a secondary mod for heat exists, but that's not what I need this to be. I need this to be a source of cold procs more than anything. That's what I need it to be. Actually, I could use down-ranked version of Scorch, which gives me enough room to get pure cold in, which will increase the cold chance. The cold chance there is 30.5 versus, if I do it this way, cold chance is 16.2. Yeah, so that is a good idea. That is definitely a good idea to give me more cold chance. Use Atomus for stacking heat procs. Okay, good to know. Not what I'm doing. This is my damage dealer. This is my backup melee. This is cold things out. That is the approach here. Rad is good against a Murmur. Rad getting a damage bonus against a Murmur doesn't mean that any weapon that has Rad becomes good against a Murmur. You got to remember the distinction there. Just having a element doesn't make it a good amount of the element. Which is again why there is the focus on the cold there. The cold proc is far, far, far more valuable. Bane of Murmur worth using here. If I had one on an appropriate weapon to put it in and wanted to care about that, sure. I am not caring about that on the builds I've created so far. We're going to see if this works for now. I doubt that it will. We're going to see if it does. In terms of equipment, I'm going to go for a Worm Volklock standard setup. That Worm is set up where it is purely reinforcing pretty much everything I have. The Synth Fiber is kind of neither here nor there on this, I'll be honest with you. I could swap that out for something else. What have I got that I could swap it for? Don't really need a lot. After command using abilities cooldowns 5 times, it's not using any with cooldowns. Negate doesn't count. It's not targeting things, so that just won't help. Whilst the channeled ability is active, I don't have one. Vicious doesn't apply. Deconstruct, it's not attacking. Not attacking. Doesn't matter. Can't access the operator. That's not helpful. Crowd dispersion isn't helpful. Yeah, making a change to this just isn't necessary. Yeah, it does umbrella. If you're talking across multiple messages, your other message might as well not exist. But let's see what you were trying to communicate. Did I just take a hit? What the hell? My Mirage is being attacked. Here. D, what the hell have you done to the game that this exists here as well as in the simulacrum? It did Cosmo, yeah. This is... D, what is going on? Because the important thing about this is that if that happens in the mission, that's going to continuously trigger my Worm's ability, and therefore I'm basically just not going to get the benefit. And that's no good. Let's hope that's not real. It's knife step? We're not in the mission yet, Squirbo. So knife step doesn't apply. And I wasn't walking. Yep. Also, it's happening while I'm in the air. So very, very, very much not knife step. It's Worm? What would Worm be doing to cause its own thing to turn off? That is a strange claim to make, their average. What are you claiming? Worm buffs me. It doesn't hit me. Or at least it shouldn't. Alright. Exterminate, Alchemy, Disruption, all modifiers turned on. Cinder not highlighted? Yeah, it is right there. It's just not a very bright weapon.
It was the speech, wasn't it?
Everyone else looking like they are set up. That is a lovely mess of weapons right there. Yep. Okay then. Oh, let's turn these back on. Ready, ready, ready. Begin.
Remember, our aim is to safeguard mastery.
Let's do this. From hell or high water, let's do this. I hope I've not forgotten anything on all of my modding.
Incoming assault. Respond and repel. Situation evolving. Expect updates. Move.
Alright, so far, beginning to kill. I realise I've given myself the damage resistance buff at the moment. So let's change that. That's nice. That is nice. You have to agree that is nice. So far, so good. And of course, the buff isn't just applying to my clones. If my allies are right next to me, they also get the damage buff from Total Eclipse. So I can potentially be handing this out to everyone. Oh. There we go. Come here, Grozling. Oh god, I can't see through everything. Like, so far so good. I'm getting a lot of energy drained, but a lot of energy restored as well. And despite the Kuva Hind being a relatively mid weapon, Mirage kind of go burr. I'll let my Mirage buff run out there, actually. It's saying there's something back this way. Also a marker on something. Don't know what's been marked, but mostly focus on other bits of the mission, I think. That was the first kill while sliding? Oh, okay. You know, I'm just going to push forward on the mission, and that should hopefully take us to more enemies, rather than doubling back for whichever one is hiding Yonk's back. That a necromech? That is. Let's deal with the fact that it's invulnerable. Why is it invulnerable? Wait, ally? Why do you have mind control on Nova? That is a very good question. Why do you have mind control on Nova? We have an ally Bone Widow. Because you have a mind control Nova. Oh, and now we have a Void Rig to deal with anyway. I'll be honest, I actually kind of can't see through all the damage numbers. And I can't stand on the ground for long because I'll take a lot of damage. I'm going to try it anyway. There we are. Activate the buffs. Shoot all the bad guys. It's a simple rotation. Oh, another Necromech. They just love appearing, don't they? I'm going to accept the damage for being on the ground, just so I can easily... Oh! We're good, we can leave. My health... sorry, my shields are completely down. I would like for that to change any second now. I wonder if Knife Step is preventing me from recovering shields. I feel like Knife Step is preventing that. There we go. First mission is more mechs? Yeah, as well. 500% increase in shield delay too. I'm aware of that. It felt like it was for a very long time. I suppose if the normal recharge is 4 seconds, 500%, that's going to be 26 seconds, isn't it? Oh, God. That was a weird screen. Oh, right! Transition straight in. Ah. Hey! Amber Archon Shard unlocked. That's nice.
This next stage is going to require high-quality elements, and lots of them. Proceed to the marked crucible.
Alright, at least now we can shoot them at range, which is good. But I do still have to worry about the fact that my health runs out if I stay on the ground. That's annoying. Oh god, that is a lot of toxin. Okay, toxin amphors do not touch. I'm glad we do not need them. We need heat electric. Those toxin ones were hurting. There we go, electric. It's applying its electric procs to me. Electric I can handle. It's toxin which is scary. We don't need the cold, we need the electric. I like how the clones pretend like they're helping when I'm throwing that. Heat proc, roll out of it, burning it. There we go, no effect on me there. Keeping the damage bonus. Imagine 5 times throws. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Even if it's just technically 3 times because it's range attack. It's still nice. But yeah, I've got Rolling Guard equipped, so I could use that if I had to pick up Toxin Amphors. Which is very possible, as we have to do 2 Crucibles. There we are. Heat. Roll. Chuck. Re-up that. Re-up this. I think I got a full shield recharge there, which is very helpful. Thank you, Sentinel, for doing that. Let's grab the heat, roll out of it, and chuck it in. You like to eat the other elements that the enemies kill the ground? I got guns for that. They're very effective. Okay. Shields popped, shields back. Worm is absolutely clutch for keeping my shields up here. Like, seriously clutch. Just having that instant shield regen mod. And then rolling guard to allow me to bring this over pretty safely as well. Can Poppy off on this? Am I doing that well? 47% damage done, 75 kills, it's a thing. Oh, let's re-up the damage boost, thank you. I was trying to get that before it attacked. Rage managed to tank it, so that's good. Let's grab some more electric. Roll across. I don't know if I'm going to make that jump. There we go. Re-up this, re-up that. Guardian Xmas. Just put some ability damage down. Don't know how much it's going to help, but I'm putting it there. Don't need that one. Let's chuck it away. I need this one. A little bit more electric and we'll be good on this. Try not to get in those explosive zones because they are one-tapping my shields at the moment. There we go. Right, we're on to the conversion process. We just gotta stay alive for a bit. I'm just gonna switch to damage reduction for a while. Because it'll benefit me and my teammates. Does it reduce the damage I take from Knife Step? It seems to be. Yeah, Knife Step's not hurting me. Okay, that is good. I have a defense against Knife Step. This is just preventing the health loss. If I switch again, health goes down. I turn that back on. Health does not go down. Yeah. I have a defense against Knife Step. So long as I give up my damage buff. Ooh, I think we did a little bit too much on the pipes. That's nice. Drop that down. Nearly complete on this round. Beautiful. Next one involves Toxin. Oh boy. Oh, that could be dangerous. Okay. That could absolutely be dangerous. So, back to damage buff. Just gotta keep moving. We need heat and toxin. So there's a toxin one. Oh, you're going for it? Alrighty. Oh, that's an ally. Confusingly, it's an ally. You had Chromator Trophy, melted everything? Yeah, fair do. Okay, heat one, not dangerous. Let's drop this in. I'm definitely going to keep up the damage resistance for now. Once my rolling guard comes off cooldown, I will go find the next Amphor. Because I am not very defensive overall. Go. We got a heat one right here that is safe to grab. Never mind, I think it just vanished. We'll grab this one. Re-up this, re-up the defenses. Because these guys, I can just shoot them on the arms. They don't need much in the way of damage. No good Amphor. Does loadout stay the same the whole week? It's supposed to stay the same the whole week. There was an issue at one point, but now it is whole week. So if you don't like what you get, tough. Get good. That is the actual design. Okay, Tox Amphor. I just used a rolling guard unintentionally there. But I threw it quick enough that it didn't hurt me. So it's all fine. Re-up defenses. I'm focusing on the defensive approach so that these amphors do not cause dangerous damage to me. And so I can stay grounded, which is easier for aiming. It just is. Where are these things? There they are. Get away from the explosion. No amphors, how rude. I feel like the enemy density has dropped down. Where are they all? I don't mind it being a little bit easier, just where are they? Alright, Toxin Amphor, let's do this. Rolling Guard for the protection, lob that in. Beautiful. Got a heat one over here. Honestly, the new Eclipse is really helpful for this. I can just choose whether to have an insane damage buff or an insane defensive buff. That is honestly really big. Will the primary still be this good if not using Mirage? No, simply because Mirage is a massive damage buffer. Not just from her Eclipse, but also from her Hall of Mirrors. Absolutely colossal. Hello there, Zer. That's still weird. That'll explode. We can get any amphors. No. Yeah, let's actually damage buff for a moment. Tear through all of these. Back to defensive. Grab the amphor. Rolling guard it. Okay, that's 100%. We can now go grab this one. I'm going to take a bit of toxin, but it's fine. Rolling guard to reset it. We only need one more toxin now. Beautiful. That Guardian not just appearing every now and then as an ally, but also just teleporting away. Really confusing. Oh, we've got all of our amphors. Excellent. It's just a case of going through the process. Keep the defensive buff active. Yeah, so that's closer to the damage output without Mirage, and even then I've got a Hall of Mirrors on. Which you can see, it's still on basic units. Can shred face. But it falls off quickly. It's just Mirage gives so much extra damage, it's kind of wild. Let's just bring that down. That needs to come down a chunk. There we go. Conversion's going good. Necromech inbound. Let's maybe not have that. There we go. Get away from it. Conversion percent is being slowed down. The stress pipe just got popped. And another one. That's fine. Where's another pipe? We're going to be needing it. There it is. Oh, we did too much. Never mind. This isn't first run, is it? This is second mission of first run. Alright. Beautiful. 2 missions down, 1 to go. We are doing well with this so far. And again, Mirage is just absolutely beautiful for this. Just going to casually use the Nova Portal when it's made available to me. Seems like the thing to do. And we are safe. Let's give the defensive buff to those waiting in extraction. And we're good. And we transition through to the final mission, which was Disruption, I think. Is Chroma supposed to be getting rework for Vex Armor? No, Vex Armor is going to be getting an additional feature, not a rework. Any particular reason I have anonymous tipping turned off? That might be under the chargeback protection. I will have to look into that after this mission, Ladybug. Can you remind me after this mission? Alright, so I'm going to get and focus on defense until it's time to face a Necromech. Lock314, found you from YouTube. Win content. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the content stuff to pop on over here. Welcome into the channel. Hope you enjoy your stay here just as much. Alright, let's start getting some keys. Which means let's start getting some stacks. Again, with the defense buff, I can just ignore the damage for walking on the ground. That'll allow me to safely explore and just build up. Okay, that needs damage. Which means these need to not run out when I need the damage. There we go. Okay, so I have grabbed hold of this key. I thought it was a different blue, my bad. You know what would be nice? If the key I was holding appeared next to my reticle. So I can see the exact colour of it there too. Okay, 2 Necromechs incoming. He's got one of them. I'll get this one. Someone is down. That is not good. I don't know if we can help in time. I don't know if Solomon's got that, but I definitely can't get there in time. Oh, Solomon got there on the 1 second left. And Rage has got that. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Team's working together. That was clutch. Alright, I'm not going to go for the defense buff after all. I'm going to focus on the damage buff. Get these faster kills. I can bounce. It's fine. It's only a little bit of health drain. Reactivate this. Reactivate that. Oh. I'm taking a teleport. We need to gather those keys to get this mission going. Get that blowing up. Someone is having some fun with that Grozling over there. I'm sure they know what they're doing. A little bit of a shield pop that I'd rather avoid happening too often. Seriously, those Culverins at the moment are a major risk to me when they blow up, because of just how much damage they do to shields. I've not noticed it in normal missions, but they do just one-shot it. It's probably because of the level of this mission. Grab that. I have orange key, beige key, gold key. There we are. It's a key. My target is over here. Oh, they spawn in the same place. This is really convenient. One down, one to go. Dealt with. Beautiful. How can one kill the level cap Necromech? If you're against level cap, you should have the builds to figure that out already. To be quite honest with you. Another newbie question. When do you need to prime enemy and when do you need to just hit them without priming like you do now? It comes down to what weapons you're using, what benefits they get to them. So like there I was priming the Necromechs with cold because I don't have another source of cold. The priming there is to make it where they slow down. I'm using the status effect. And then all the viral and radiation damage is just coming from my main gun. Priming is objectively stronger, it's just also effort. You have to decide for yourself if that effort is necessary and valuable to you. Okay, They got one Necromech over this way. Is it just the one or is both here? Oh, just the one. Your one's already dead. That works. Yeah, Necromechs, when they do the double spawn in the same spot, that's really easy to handle. Where's your remaining arm? There it is. Back to damage buff. That just feels so much nicer. I feel like I'm getting a bit far away from the group, but you know, they're all experienced people. They can handle themselves as well. Let's dip away from that. Thank you. Oh wow, okay, yeah, they straight up handle it entirely themselves. Whatever round just happened there. Sempiterra, sorry, say hi, watched a ton of your YouTube videos, very much enjoy them, even more so since you're a Lavos enthusiast. Well, welcome on into the channel here. Glad you enjoy the Lavos as much as I do. Well, it certainly sounds like it. Alright, damage buff on. Let's get killing. What element's my queue behind? Toxin. So I got it set for Rad Cold on the build, but it's actually Rad Viral. Alright, not a lot of enemies around here. I'm going to head back towards the group a bit. The enemies don't seem to want to spawn on me, despite being hosts. Go figure. Oh, wrong eclipse. Let's try it again. Not gonna lie, that pull effect someone's got going on there, I think it's Nautilus. Slightly disconcerting, because it's a group of exploding Corverans. Hello Runez, welcome on in. Anyone of you gonna give a key? Nope? Okay then. It's alright, Dopey-Doo. It's just something I need to navigate around, but if it's a benefit to you, that's a positive. That health drain is slightly concerning. I am definitely going to stick with a defensive boost for the moment. Give that some cold procs. And just shoot it in the back until it stops moving. That's one of them down. That's the other one down. Beautiful. This is regular, not elite? Correct. We're still in the regular version. This is my first ever Archimedea run. I've been busy since the update came out. Yep. Apparently something has snuck into here. Alright, what are you doing in here, Mr. Triangle Man? There we go. No key. Scam. Key over here. Somewhere. There. Right on the border. Oh, there's mechs coming in right now. Give him the cold procs. Slow those down. There we go. Beautiful. Right then. Now we can safely take the key to the next one. I'll get the one coming from this side. On the left here. Not using the damage buff, but it's fine. That jump, however, was terrible. Where is the other mech? Coming in from this side. Rage is putting some heat into it. Let's help out. It's slowed. And it's destroyed. Excellent. One more key to go, and we'll be done here. And look, the key has just dropped. Yoink. Head over this way. You haven't played in years, haven't got a helmet for anything? Well, I mean, if you want to get into it, the game's still there and it's still free to play. Looks like they're both coming from this side. Maybe both on the same spawn. Very close in. I wanted this buff. And they're dealt with. Damage buff for the win. That is all 8 conduits, which means...
Optimal. We have
there it is.
material Lloyd tasked us with retrieving, and the family slumbers on.
There we go. Beautifully done. Alright then, let's see the full rewards that it has decided to give us for this.
A well-oiled machine is truly a thing of beauty.
Alright then, so we got an Amber Shard, a Tau Forged Amber Shard, we got a Melee Arcane Adapter, we got 3 Uncharted Lanthorns, a bunch of other assorted goodies, and that's just on a run number 1. What was the total time on that? Does it give us time across all 3 missions? It does not.
Word to the wise, Tenno. Do not ask about bird 1 and 2.
Roswell is saying, tip for Elite that helped me since all my options were frames, I couldn't go to survive. Doing all but one challenge only is used to use the phosphor. Very true, yes. Let's turn on the Elite. Now, if I do go for absolutely everything here, and we rerun this now, we'll get the phosphor, a reward from the gold, a reward from, what is it, diamond? Platinum? Platinum, I think. And then another 50 phosphor. Now, I think someone said that you get the phosphor every run for some reason. So, what I'm going to do is check what my current phosphor amount is. I'm currently at 80 owned. It's a very low and simple number to work with. So I'm just making a note here physically. 80 owned. Let's see what we get. So, why not run every condition? I'm happy with Mirage, happy with the rest of the setup. It was doing well enough originally. So, I mean, stepping up from 250 to 375, it's not that big of an increase. We can try. We can absolutely try. So, everyone geared up. Begin the research. We'll change one weapon to be actually able to do something. Yeah, yeah. And Deputy is saying before we go, is this endless? You can repeat it, but you don't get the rewards you've already got. You can only repeat to try and get better rewards. Be very careful about the Duviri mobs. The Duviri mobs. Duviri mobs? Oh, the Luminous Shadows. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are a pain in the hell. A pain in the ass for this one, aren't they?
Oh gosh. You appear to have caught me.
We'll see how we handle on that. Oh, before we go in, there was a request from someone to just check out a feature on my side on Tippies. Tip moderation, tip panel setup, tip page settings. Right, yeah, so anonymous tipping is off on the SE Pay route. And the reason being is that's for chargeback protection. Because basically they have a record then of who is making chargebacks and deal with them. So you should be able to tip via PayPal if you want to do so anonymously. To those who asked. If you click the PayPal route rather than SE Pay, that should allow you to do it. If not, let me know and I'll have a further look after this mission. My pleasure, Ladybug. Okay then, so let's get cracking on this. Damage buff. Okay. Someone is down already. multiple people down. I can't switch to operator. I have no energy. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry, what? How are people supposed to beat that? I'm already down to 46 health. .44 health because I landed briefly whilst moving. Okay, if I just stay still a moment, everything is fine. I have a health restore. There we go. Okay, enemy behind me. What enemy is it? It's one of the bad ones. Gotta stay away from the really, really bad ones. I hope the mission goes this way. Looks like it does. Does that count as killing the enemy? Looks like it does. Damage buff. Clone buff. I'm just going to focus on the damage because I'm not going to be a good reviver. If I just focus on this, we're good to go. That's my entire plan here, is just beat enough damage. Which, I mean, I'm Mirage, I've got damage. It's just do it enough that the team can get through. Have we just made that ally, or is it just invulnerable? Okay, I have no idea. I think it's allied now. That one's exploding. What? Oh! I didn't realise that was on top of me. I didn't even notice. There was no effect on my screen I could pay attention to. I was focused on the hollow vein here, not taking a lot of damage, and then I was just downed. Yeah, I'm getting away from here. Yeah, I'm just gonna move through into the next part of the mission, where those things are not stood. Will Prism Mirage be better for this? Not really. I don't imagine the damage is going to be sufficient. Ow. Being dragged makes it hard to target, but that's fine. My problem to deal with. I mean, we're making progress. We are making progress. That's the big takeaway we got here. That is a lot of mess all at once. I'm going to paint it to slow them all down. Increase our crits against them. Again, paint it. Shoot out its gun. Where's its back? Honestly, I cannot tell through the damage numbers which side is its back. I think it's that. There we are. Paint it. Check for them here. Okay, they were getting close to me. They were getting close. Next enemies we can kill. You know what? I'm just going to bullet jump this way and hope it's the correct direction. I was wrong. It's this way.
Fingers off triggers. Stand by for orders.
We leave. Absolutely, yes. Get away from those Liminus. Them starting right on top of us there was absolutely brutal. Damage buff. Sorry, defense buff for everyone. Did they add new tiles for this map? Yes, there have been new tiles added into the tile set. Okay, on to the next bit. I'll switch. You got another modifier, play at 5 FPS. That won't help, will it? Okay. Still got knife step. Yep. So let's buff myself against that for now.
Time for a conversation. Just go. Crucible marked.
Okay. All my energy is gone. I can no longer switch my Eclipse type. And everything is overguard. Did I not check for additional modifiers? Alright, damage buff on. Stand still so I don't take knife step and just shoot everything. I am a turret now. Watch me go burr. Where did I take a massive damage from? Okay. Something just wiped out my entire shields. I didn't see what. Yeah, if I just keep on the damage, these guys can be throwing the amphors. Okay, it came from behind me. And that should do fine. Let's just bullet jump over, grab some energy. Rearm. I think in terms of team play, this works, you know. Work with what I'm good at. Let others work with what they're good at. Ow. Don't know where that came from. I swear I checked behind recently, but evidently not recently enough. Imagine if it did it for Javiri, no reset whatsoever. One for the entire week. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the one for the entire week. Like, I have Mirage here. So I consider myself pretty lucky right now, because Mirage is strong. If I did not have a very strong Warframe for this, I would feel less lucky, because my weapons would feel like doo-doo. Oh. I don't know what I'm shooting over there, but it takes a lot of damage. That is a Necromech on field. Paint it, shoot it in the back. Works every time. Yep. Okay, re-up this, re-up that. Rolling guard. Nearly got all the amphors. We got a few amphors nearby, so I'm going to grab these and chuck them in. And then rolling guard out of the effect. I have no shields. Worm? 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 Now would be a good time to give me my shields back. There we are, buddy. Thank you. Okay, alchemy is underway. This is good. I will again focus on being a turret. I was trying to shoot him through the floor. No bueno. But hey, if they can't hit me, that works too. You think after a run the loadouts reset? Does it? I didn't think it did. Does that mean you can just do a run and then go get new stuff? Until you get a good one. Why not just switch to Dark Eclipse or in Panic mode? I still want the damage. But yeah, if I'm in Ultra Panic mode, I can switch to that. It's just normally I don't need to. Yeah, Derpy, people imagine all kinds of things based on the brain comes up with stuff. What is down here? There's a lot of enemies grouped up. What are you lot? Stop being there. Okay, don't know where... Oh! I was going to say, don't know where that magnetic came from. I think I found it. Ow! That is... Oh, no, I want defense for a bit. So my companion kicks in and does its job. Any second now, it's going to give me a nice whack of shields and I can survive. How long is the cooldown on it? Okay, I'm getting passive regen. Has Worm just given up on me? Took another big hit there. The adaptation, it does nothing. Also, I need to move slightly this way. I think I can throw some of these from here. There we go. Re-up these and be a turret. There is a heat one I can grab. Why more toxin though? Oh, I think I missed. I missed! It's fun, it's certainly funky. Alright, let's slow that down, that'll help out everyone. I have not been jumping because my health has run down a bit. Let's slow that down even more. Oh, there's the damage you're looking for. Actually, not a lot of it. Okay. Thank you. My shields are back. Let's continue destroying this dangerous thing. Rolling guard is off cooldown, so I can grab that, roll, safely throw it. We're really focusing on the toxin. We need a lot more heat. And heat is safer to transport, so I'm going to get to work on that. Oh, I didn't pick it up. There we go. Grab more of the heat. Keep this up. Because I've got the 90% damage reduction that I can just walk this in somewhat safely. And my teammates near to me also get the same damage reduction, so they're also getting a lot from this. Woo! Hello, Filiok. If you don't lock your setup down, it will change and prepare a friend's melee today. It changed before we locked your setup, so we have to do another melee. Not sure what you mean by lock it down. Loadouts are supposed to be locked for the entire week on this. If you experience anything different, that is a bug. There is no locking it in. It's in. There we are. Mission complete. Let's get out of this one.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Warframe's weapons change every day. It resets so far. Interesting. Don't remember when I checked this, but I did check this earlier. And I knew I was expecting Mirage with these weapons. I don't remember checking it earlier today, though. No, I was with family all day today. There was a reset that shouldn't have happened due to a hotfix, but that's different. That was a hotfix. Alright then. 2 missions down, 1 to go. Anonymous, whoever you may be, thank you for gracing us all with Octavia's best song. Yup. Okay. Let's start with a defensive buff, why not?
essential for Lloyd's continuation.
Again, this is giving me immunity to knife set for the moment.
Ensure said materiel does not fall into the enemy's many, many hands. Green light.
I don't know how else to tell you guys. If you have at any point in any way had any experience, any, and I want to be clear on this, A-N-Y, any, oh my god, do I need to say any other way? Any means by which your loadout availability in the Deep Archimedea has changed. It is a bug. There we are, end of. If you keep arguing it, I'm going to consider you an idiot at this point. Whoever you are, even if you think you may not be an idiot, if you argue it any further, you are an idiot. Because DE has been very clear about what is intended. The loadout is locked in for a week. Jesus. I don't get why there are some people... Well, I saw this. Well, maybe this. Well, possibly this. What else do you need to be told? Discuss something else. Fuck, discuss the Kardashians. I'll be smarter at this point. Jesus. I don't want to be looking over to the chat every 5 seconds like, oh, there's more messages. It's something I need to respond to. Nope, people going, but I thought I saw... No, you didn't. Or you saw a bug and you just didn't read. Job done. Hi. Damn, Ken. Sometimes people need to be told to what's true. Alright? I can be nice and polite, but if people aren't going to pick up what's going on, I will just tell you to sit the fuck down. Alright? Let's not have just endless bullshit. No one needs that. Where are these necromecs coming from? Let's damage buff this. We need it. There we go. Oh, that was an allied cool Baron. That's confusing as fuck. Hello, Turtle Chew. Things going absolutely fine. Warframe player base, famous for the ability to read, which is why I just told Alpha Jarl off. I just lost all my shields. I would love it if my worm could give me those back. Might be waiting a hot minute. It asks you to use weapons you don't have. That's not a bug. That's the same as arbitrations. That is the same as getting weapons you don't own in Duvernay's Circuit. That ain't a bug. That's D telling you get more weapons. Yo! John Mark, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel here. Appreciate it. Enjoy your lovely blue badge. Oh, we got a health drain active at the moment. That's not shiny. That is really far away as well. Or is it? I've got the marker for the blue, but that's the one I'm carrying. The light blue, but the dark blue is where things are happening, and I don't have a marker to that one, and the marker I'm trying to follow is actually pointing me at a wall. How do you navigate? This way. There we are. At least the main map works. Cold procs, damage in the back. Repeat here, damage in the back. There we go. That works. You specifically threw out your bad weapons, they wouldn't show up? Welp. Yeah. Backshot is the strat? Oh yeah, absolutely. If you see the glowing spot on the back of a necromech, that is the shot you go for. That's their weak spot. Yeah, I know why it showed me under average. I'm saying it's not the most helpful, but I know exactly why it was showing me it, yeah. Alright, Rage is on this one. Solomon's on this one. Let's help out Solomon because I'm closer. That one's destroyed. Let's go to the other one. I'll just jump on a pillar whilst I cast abilities. It's fine. There's cold procs, damage boost, murder. Derpy Maps, I'm not sure what the solution is on that one. Build the extra weapons so they could just fit in? Maybe. I do get where D was going with the whole randomized weapons, and I also get that they don't want to make it where it's just from the weapons you own, because that would incentivize people to only own, like, 3 of each weapon slot to guarantee they get just the weapons they want. You see the difficulty there? I'm sure, you know, going to be very sympathetic to it because of how it has an impact on your arsenal, but that is the sitch. White docket this way. Where that locks you out of game maximum rewards, honestly, I feel for you. At the same time, it's maximum rewards. Maximum rewards, maximum investment. Oh, you want to turn around? Well, I will just roll past you. Wait, okay. You've not got enough cold blocks on you, that's what's up. There we are. Grab another key. Other people have got those other locations, right? They don't need my help, right? Am I deploying magnetic? Oh, encumber. Shield drain, not great. Not terrible. We are behind it. Get the damage in. Need to reload. That's unfortunate. There we are. Got it. And we're completed.
Optimal.
We can get out of here.
Material Lloyd tasked us with retrieving, and the family slumbers on.
I made you sweat a bit? Ah, we're fine. We are fine. Look at us. We handled it all the way through. Solid squad. Absolutely deleted. Oh, look at that. We got melee crescendo and melee duplicate. All right. Ninja Fox saying, let's be honest, all you really need is good primary. Well, no. You also need to have a matching secondary melee and frame. If you're missing any of those, and then you don't have a good secondary melee to switch to and have the matching primary. Basically, if you don't have at least 3 matching items, you can't get the max amount. Unless you're talking to someone on a different topic about, oh, just being able to complete it. Hey, there we are. We managed to acquire this as well. Wonderful. Archimedea and I, some Dali. Lovely. So now let's check that Phosphor. Now let's check that. So I was on 80. I've gained 70. I have only gained 70. Which is the 50 and 20 it said it was going to give me. So that whole, it's giving you more than expected. No evidence. No evidence of that. GG's all round. You don't need a 50 phosphor? Yeah, but you still need to have almost everything else. Look, if I turn off one of these, it's the same deal as missing one of these items. So have a look at that. If you are missing 2 weapons, like if you don't have any of the primaries and any of the secondaries, or if you're intending to replace a primary with your preferred primary, then you're not going to be able to hit that diamond tier, as what we're pointing out, that platinum tier. You can only get away with 1 thing missing if you're going for the full reward, that's all. Both those runs took you an hour. Impressed? Yeah, we managed to go through the whole lot in, what, an hour here? A little over. M-Fan saying it was 22 minutes, 23 seconds, that set of 3 missions, not including loading times. Neat. We had a good squad. Absolutely a good squad there. There was a Mirage, Wukong, Nova, and Zaku. That is a good squad. We've got someone who's very good at moving around. We got someone good at controlling the enemies. We got a good all-rounder here, and then we got a pure damage powerhouse. You put those few together, you've got ways to handle it. GG's all round. That was a great team, honestly, yeah. And we had a couple of Latrons absolutely slamming into it, no doubt. And the Plasma doing a lot of damage. So we all had a very solid primary. Mine because of Mirage boost, but still a very solid primary. And just to point out again, I was using, let's say, Mirage's Total Eclipse Augment. Now, it's not got a huge range on it, only an 8-meter range. But when we're all clustered together behind an Ekmech shooting it, that means everyone becomes a superpower. Everyone gets that 398% damage bonus. Multiplicative, don't forget. So basically, whilst everyone was stood next to me during that, we were dealing 5 times normal damage. Near enough. That hurts. Believe it or not, that hurts. So yeah. Hey, Miralabe, can I request that you don't send DMs for what can be Twitch chat messages? I'm not catching them most of the time. I've just noticed one pop through now. But normally I'm not going to catch those because I'm looking at the chat for live stream. Cheers. On your comment, Miralabe, saying you did all 3 elite missions. Second and third times you got 50 phosphor at the end, every time at the end. Slightly repeating yourself there, making it a bit hard to follow what's actually going on. Whilst my Mirage continues to take random inexplicable damage, I verified quite simply there, the phosphor before and after mission, it was only 150. You may have seen a phosphor pop at multiple times. That may be a bug. But you... unless you are certain you actually earned more than you should have had, unless you were tracking that to be certain of it, I see no reason to believe that it actually happened that way. It could just be visual. W is saying, can confirm though, I've gone Phosphor again. Done the Elite DA yesterday. Okay, so rerunning it. Not like during the mission, but rerunning it is giving you the Phosphor again. Okay, right. So did all 3 elite missions second and third times. So you reran the elite Archimedea and was getting the phosphor again. Okay, that's got to be a bug. Yeah. I would advise against farming that because that is clearly not the intent. Even if you consider the rate that it gives you it is, oh well, you can easily get the 50 phosphor elsewhere. These are meant to be one-time rewards. As far as I can tell, all of these are one-time rewards, because otherwise you get the 20 as well. So for the sake of don't abuse bugs, my advice is do not rerun these missions specifically to farm that. If you are an outlier in gaining a bunch of phosphor, if DE takes action about that, that's on you, not on me. That would be my warning there on that. Now, it may be intended. You might turn around and say, well, actually, it's an option to give you some value for rerunning it. But until DE make that clear, all the other rewards are meant to be once per week. So, don't bug abuse. Alright then, but that is Deep Archimedea. I believe... if we just check this here, in terms of weaponry, I think I own all of these. Harpack, maybe not. Let me just check here. I don't think I own the Harpack. No, I don't own the Harpack. So yeah, definitely can roll weapons you just straight up don't have. I don't know if there's any guarantee that you'll have at least one weapon you do own in there. I would be surprised if such a guarantee exists, based on how DE design other areas of the game. But then, if DE decided to design it differently, I also wouldn't be surprised. Limitless was scary? Yeah, the Limitless were definitely a threat there. Especially because they just basically started on top of us with just sheer, we're going to kill you now damage. That was terrifying. Your refusal to clean up weapons is paying off? Seems so, yeah. It's an interesting situation where you are incentivized to have more weapons in your arsenal just to have them in your arsenal for random requirements like this. It's I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Unlike the frames where every single one has their own unique approach to the game. I mean, yeah, the Cinta has Cinta being Cinta stuff, but it's still just a bow. The Harpack is a gimmick, no one cares for it. The Stug gimmick, no one can care for either, aside from being pure meme. The Cindo is just an axe. The Ghoul Saw is unique, but otherwise not amazing. Argo and Vel, it's not amazing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the fact that you could just look at the weekly weapons and go, cool, either I build something and not have anything invested in it, or I'm just done. Yeah, Ladybug, it was definitely the gifts that manifested it. There's no other way about it. DE saw that and we're like, oh yeah, that's going to happen. What's the best polearm in the game right now? Not sure on that. Not sure on that one there. Basically because I've lost track of how many polearms are in the game, I'll be quite honest with you. Sepultura saying maybe a single manual reroll per week would be nice. I mean, it could be another sync for Vosper. Spend Vosper, reroll one of the rows, and every time you reroll, the Vosper cost, say, doubles. Why not? Sod it, doubles. So if you try to reroll 10 times, it's 1,000 times the Vosper cost. How valuable is it to you? Maybe stop at 32 times the cost or something, I don't know. Doesn't it change every... You probably weren't here when I exploded out of frustration. Nope. The loadouts are fixed for the entire week. Loadouts are fixed for the entire week. I'm going to make a command for that one. Because clearly enough people have been confused by these bugs. How these bugs happen, God knows, but been confused by it. So, this is going to be the deep command. Deep Archimedea loadouts are fixed for the week. If you experience anything else, either it's a bug or you were just wrong. Cool, there we are. Deep command. It's made. Those changed due to the hotfix? Yep, that's a bug. That is just a bug. On the upside, Deep Archimedea give you enough Stellar to ascend an Archon Shard. Hey, well, there you are. That's nice. Fuse 3 together. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. And I got 2 of the best shards, I'll be honest. A Tau Forged and normal Amber Shard. That's just right up there. That is a brilliant pickup. I know some people prefer to have the Crimsons. I don't know how many people prefer to get the Azures, but Ambers, that's brilliant for me. I do love using those shards. Hey, look at that. There's a perfect one of each of those now. The Wizard of Oz 44, thank you very much for resubscribing there, getting yourself that lovely bronze badge next to your name. Hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Welcome on in. Honest question about how and why people struggle with Stellar. Because they're not doing the missions that drop lots of Stellar. Or they're using lots of coalescent fusion. I have... How much Stellar do I have left? Does it tell me? Oh, it's up here. What am I doing? 483. If I were to fuse some shards now, that would cost me 100, so I could only fuse 3 times. Granted, that would be all of my Crimsons, but I've only got 3 fusions and then I run out. Sorry, 4 fusions. What am I on about? 4 fusions and then I run out. Yeah. What am I working on that Dante is on the back burner? It's only going to be on the back burner until D put out their update to finally decide what they're doing with Dante. D, please decide what you're finally doing with Dante. Please, 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 please. Aside from that, I intend to be doing the next video on the Lavos augment. So I'll be going over exactly how the damage buff works, where it interacts, and then looking at builds that we can use for that. And you know what? Let's give it a little bit of preview on that consideration. What can you use these Lavos? What can you use the augment for in terms of Lavos builds? Because that is in the question. I did not put... where is it? That on there. I want that on there. There we go. And whilst we're at it, Grace and Consequence, why not? Grace, Consequence, beautiful. So, this has been my go-to Lavos build for quite some time now. We've got full tank, focus across these 4 mods here, and especially in the Umbral set. Archon continuity, because hey, why not? Swift Bite, meaning that I can do more casting. I have had a damage buffing setup, which previously used something instead of Valence Formation. I forget what, I'll be quite honest with you. Now this one I'm currently running normal continuity rather than primed because of the sheer fitting space, yeah. Because I got Blind Rage taking up that V polarity. And this, dealing with a which polarity? A D polarity there is kind of getting in the way. But also I've got Umbrals all across it, which I didn't originally intend to do, but you guys did. Which also gets in the way. Now let's see, this one here, if I'm going to use an augment pretty much either way, I'm probably best off making this a augment slot, but then I still can't upgrade this to prime continuity, can I? Because that's going to get to 18 up from 9. No, this is not going to give me enough space, is it? They'll give me 4... Oh, it's just about enough! It's just about going to be enough. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Oh, actually, wait. Before I do that, let's make sure that'll be fine. This one, Swift Bite is there. That'll be fine. This one... Wait, what? That must have been for testing something. And this one, the augment is there. Yep, that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Y range? That's not a complete question. Please try again. I need to know more than just Y range. Okay, so now on this, I should be able to get the prime continuity on there. Beautiful, there we go. Look at that, 0 out of 74. That couldn't be tighter. Ooh, that could not be tighter. And all the stats look down now because I need to level it up. But that gives us a damage buffer, giving us 85.8% there. We get Arcane Avenger kicking in, and then also Valence Fusion, which is using all but the heat setup. So we lose on heat, radiation, blast, and gas. Gas might feel like a big deal, but then because we've also not got the 4th ability, it's not such a big deal. Gas on weapons is a bit shit. Radiation means we're losing out with regards to Murmur, but otherwise not too terrible. But we'll still keep corrosive, we'll still keep viral, we'll still keep cold. Those are big elements to have. So I'm fine on having the roar over that one. These are also big abilities to keep. Liam's build on this is quite interesting. Fair enough. I won't be looking at it, so I don't end up copying another creator. So yeah, heat is a loss, but the hate trade-off is getting an additional multiplier to our damage on top of this. It's like, if going with the heat, I could have pure heat, sure. Then I'd have to put the raw over one of these instead, which means such as losing the cold, or losing the ability to self-heal and having the toxin for viral corrosive, or putting it over this one. Again, you're losing the cooldown reduction. That'll be losing the electric for corrosive and also electric. And magnetic for situations that call for it. All of the damage enhancing ones are pretty much over here versus just heat, radiation, blast, gas. Honestly, it's the one to lose. You can have heat from your weapon, you can have heat from other sources. That is really the one to lose, all told. And I know some people are going to disagree on that. That's fine. This is only if you're going for a weapons platform approach, using Raw. If you're not going to be subsuming on something like Raw, then straight up no subsume at all. So you have full access to the setup, so you can also Valence Fuse your 4th ability. John's attack say, did you know that adding subsume on Nyx removed the restrictions from a simulate linear sprint crouch slide using Naya after also remove the slow? That's adding subsume. I'm not sure what you mean by adding subsume other than just subsuming an ability. Just having a subsumed ability has an effect. Also, I don't get how it's relevant to this. But mostly, I'm not entirely sure what you're suggesting there. It sounds like a bug, which again should probably go into Dee's pocket. Mike can say, I would run piercing Raw so I wouldn't have the 10 seconds after Raw duration runs out. Hi, this ability exists. Granted, I've got the cooldown reduction set very low due to my efficiency at the moment, but this will recharge every 10 seconds. This is a duration of 46 seconds, so I can cast this 4 times before that happens. So I can cast this during Raw to reduce the cooldown on Raw when Raw comes onto cooldown, before Raw comes onto cooldown. The same as you can do with other abilities. Which means then that as soon as this runs out, if you've made sensible use of that, this is immediately available. 0.68 seconds per, you would need to hit, let's see here, 15 enemies. 15 enemies across 4 casts. If you can't manage that, there's not enough enemies around for it to matter anyway. The only place that would be a problem would be up against boss fights. If you're doing a boss fight where you've not got Transmutation Probe cooldown available to you, then yes, considering Piercing Raw may be worthwhile. In fact, if you're against such a boss, you're not going to need the range. But you probably won't fit that in like that. If you're against a boss and you're switching that in, it'll probably be worth switching out the duration, to be honest, for a boss fight. It'll probably be worth doing that. As a Rhino enthusiast, is this why if Rhino is not in a good spot right now, you'll keep swinging his Raw? I mean, Rhino's Raw is more powerful. So we get 30% base, he gets 50%. Rhino also still has access to Iron Skin. Rhino still has access to his Stomp. That Stomp no longer slows down Xmas units or other overguarded units, but it's still an ability. And then Rhino Charge exists. You could subsume that out. In fact, you could give Rhino Lavos' Fire Rush if you really wanted. Yeah. Kuba, can you test / explain to me when I was using Lavos' Augment on Prophet Taker, I couldn't do any shield damage with heat and electric fusion, which with my arch gun that's built for pure radiation. Sorry, you've not given me the full scenario there, Kuba. If you could type that out in full, as in what you were shooting against, like if it was heat you're supposed to be hitting or electric you're supposed to be hitting. I'm not sure what your issue is for me to explain so far. John's the same. Rhino was so much better before they changed Ferrite to Overguard. How? How is he better? What change there has made him worse? Because all that was a number change, where the number was written. Rhino doesn't need to subsume. Ironclad Charge makes his one actually okay. I suppose, yeah, fix with an augment. That you can do as well. Anyway, so this is the pure gunplay setup. This has been my default go-to caster setup because he didn't need to have a massive gunnery focus. Now with this very setup here, you could probably just do the same and switch in Valence Formation. And that would switch you around from having cast focus to having a damage buff while still having his whole neutral kit. And considering that this doesn't scale on strength, having the strength only 127% still works fine as far as I'm concerned on it. John Stark saying, it feels like the same build made my ferro armor drop from an average of 3 to 4 million to under 1.5 million on the same build. I can't remember if there were numerical changes to Iron Skin at the time of it being moved over to Overguard, but I can tell you that the fact of it being moved to Overguard did not change that. If anything happened there, it was separate. Because Iron Skin before was a sack of hit points that did not benefit from armor or damage reduction on said hit points. Now you have Overguard, which is a sack of hit points, which does not benefit from armor or things like adaptation on those hit points. They're the same. Iron Skin gave you immunity to status effects. Now Overguard gives you immunity to status effects. So that's the same. So what bit am I missing? Transit say we can't change the element mix anymore. Was that never a thing? What, you mean on Lavos? If you've got an element put into him, you have to cast to get rid of the element. OG 50% damage reduction? What, OG is in Overguard has 50% damage reduction? No, that's shields. Overguard has no damage reduction to my knowledge. We're going to say Overguard triggers arcanes on hits, so that was a buff in one sense. That was, I think, added in after, but yeah. I think that was added in just in general, things like triggering adaptation. Soon Rage and Hunter Adrenaline will work through Everguard. Kind of. And I've sent in my 1 cent to D on that matter. So kind of. I hope they take note of what I've sent in on that, but I won't dive into that because that is a suggestion which they may or may not do, so I'm not going to stir that pot. Yeah. Right then, so we've got Venice Formation on a standard build, which again can just be the slot on Swift Bite. This is the full tank approach. We've got the, again, full tank weapons platform. We've got an old mecha sets approach, which is even tankier because Mecha Pulse, but also uses the mecha set. I think someone was asking on that earlier. It's got Master Summons on it. I'll be honest, that doesn't need to be there. Master Summons has become even worse than before because the companion can't perma-die. This was previously good for, oh, did you go down and you're awkwardly away from me? Cast and you're alive. No, you don't even need to do that. Yeah. But yeah, a mecha set approach, just replace the Augment and Aura with mecha. Job done. That works for you as well. If you want to swap something else out instead, I mean, you can. Nothing's stopping you. Yeah. Have I looked at new Inaros yet? No, that I have not as yet. There's so many things to look at and so little time. Why do I like Lavos? There's a full video on that very question. Have a look at why Lavos. How was Archimedea? We handled it pretty nicely. There was one scary moment with the Luminous, but otherwise we just kind of tore through it. Yeah, things were tanking considering I had to use the Kuva Hind, but I had Mirage, so it balanced out. Golden Instinct is Golden Instinct. I don't know why I put that on there. That must have been for testing purposes. That must have been for testing purposes. Either that or looking at the strength and going, do I need strength right now? And slapping that in there. Which does have an effect on the tank, but if you're using Golden Instinct, you're probably not worrying about your tank as much. Otherwise, this could go elsewhere. Again, and be on the tank, so yeah, it's probably just best there. Neil. As like you want to do the video on Ender Hunting? Probably not still, no. I don't think I had the Augment Valence Formation when I was doing the video on Ender Hunting, considering when this came out. So the build was almost certainly looking like that before. Is Cedo a perfect weapon for Lavos? It's certainly a very fitting weapon. I don't really use it because I'm not a fan of it. Not saying it's bad, I just don't really vibe with it, that's all. I mean, yeah, still, obviously, the build that says Golden, with Golden Instinct on it, was certainly used for finding loot. Especially considering Lavos was the poster child of said video for his ability to cool this down. Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Alright. And then, so what I want to do now that I've got these setups here, which are the tank-focused ones, I'm looking at these unrule polarities, and they're getting in the way of what I want to do. I'll be quite honest with you. Because I also want to call out what can be done build-wise in terms of using the Archon mods. Now, Archon Intensify isn't really that great. And in terms of the strength, only ability that really needs the strength is Catalyze. So I think Precision Intensify would be the way there, wouldn't it? So we can have Archon Vitality, Precision Intensify, and then just normal Fiber. Now, as it currently stands, yeah, I do that and I'm already out of space. 20 train mod. That just hurts to look at. That genuinely hurts to look at. So yeah, I'm going to need a new Lavos, aren't I? I'm going to need a new Lavos. Alright. What does one need to do to grab a Lavos? It's been a hot minute. Let me head on over to Father and see if I have what he requests for it. And I'm just going to click bolt towards it's a standard thing. Do I have anything Lavos just lying around from what I've demoed to people and whatnot? No, of course not. That would be too easy. Okay. Let's just get another one of these going whilst I can. If you use an arrow, you can replace Prime Sure-Footed. I mean, I could just, you know, not put that on there for now. You're right. I could do that. And then this, and then that does fit. That does fit. Now the strength on this is only going to be 140 due to overextended. Is that enough? I suppose with everything coming together, because that's going to be doubling the heat, and this is going to be tripling the effect of those heat. They kind of multiply together. And this goes double, 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 double. If we're getting new Lavos, can't have two Lava Lavos, what will be the new theme? Not sure, I'd have to think on that. But to be honest, just dropping this is fine, because, yeah, I can use an arrow to get around it that way. Can also use a rank 0 Archon Vitality, since you only need the times 2 heat. John's a tank. Kind of funny you say that with tank in your name. Lavos is a hit point tank. So, unranking Archon Vitality means not having hit points on the hit point tank. And I gotta say, as far as plans go, that doesn't sound like a good one. Just putting it out there. Doesn't sound like the top idea. Is the Argonac Rakta Dagger combo good on Lavos? Is there a reason you think it should be more or less good on Lavos than just generic frame? To cause that question in the first place? How far will Lavos tank take you in Steel Path Endurance? Played right, you can easily get well over level 200, maybe well over level 300. If you're going Steel Path Endurance into thousands, then no, you'll fall apart because any hit point tank dies. Is Adaptation a decent mod? Yes. I wouldn't use it if it wasn't. I have a whole guide on why it is in fact decent. People who tell you it is not decent possibly jack off to the idea of shield gating. If that sounds crass, well, I'm done with people lying about mods in this game. Really, really done with people just spouting nonsense. And then people believing it rather than verifying it. You're here to verify it, you're fine. Others will go, oh, someone said adaptation is shit. Well, better believe them. A guy on Reddit can't be wrong. Really? Okay. Level 3000 with Lavos is payment possible. I mean, yeah, Lavos could do crowd control. both with electric procs, cold procs, and radiation procs as your combo of control. And so that can really that can really lock down enemies so that your hit point tank doesn't suffer as much. Absolutely. Are you choking on your chocolate? You might be eating it wrong. You might not even be eating it, in which case I definitely don't want to know. Alright, let's level this up. How was Wisp nerfed? That is such a vague question. But I'm going to assume you're referring to the fact that Breach Surge no longer blinds Xmas units. That's the nerf. Alright, let's level this up and let's Valence Formation. Actually, no, let's not use that build. Let's use this one. And let's use a Epitaph Primer, or... yeah, Epitaph Primer. Epitaph Primer. Pop it all out. All the buffs, all the heat. First, I actually kind of want to see how much damage this does to something. Oh, that was a quick roll. Oh, I forgot I had turned something off. Let me turn that on real quick. I just remembered that is currently there. That is now on. That is on. I didn't realize those were off this entire time. Whoopsie doops, my bad there. And this, apparently I forgot to set these all up at the start of stream. There we are. The channel points are in the correct place again. My bad. Should we build the Artemis soonish? I seem to do just fine without it, right? You're going to say I've come to accept the crowd control is dead? I strongly disagree. When was the nerf? Recent. Dancing Unbound. Why do I have an inbox message? Hooray! What have you sent me this time? Alright then, Miralabe. Thank you very much for Lavos. There we are then. That certainly makes that a lot faster, doesn't it? Cheers. That certainly solves that one. Alright then, I'm still going to quickly test this, but I suppose I can just invest in that one. It's still going to take a bunch of Former. But yeah, we can have a non-Umbral Lavos. Feels weird to say that. First, let's verify this. Let's verify this. So, if I recall, with all the setup, so I want to go bap, 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 bap. Okay. Not sure why there's such a variation on the damage taken. This guy is insulting me, so I'm just going to kill him. But I mean, that mostly worked. Maybe it was just my painting with the Epitaph that wasn't too great there. But by and large, that just worked. And if I do that. And then that. Yeah, that works. That works. Let's get rid of the Corrupted Bombards. Who really cares about those? Let's go for the Gokstad Officers. That's what everyone tests against, right? These lassos are a little bit on the stronger side, aren't they? Oh. Except for that one. She is not having a good day. Okay. I have an idea. I have an idea. So, what I'm going to do, let's get rid of that. Let's go like this. That's more like it. That's a little bit more like it. There we go. Would Infusing Toxin be better? Why would Infusing Toxin be better? Also, that completely wiped them out, so, you know, you're welcome. Why would infusing toxin be better? Bear in mind, and I just want you to understand this before you make further suggestions. I want you to understand that we have Archon Vitality on here to add onto our heat procs. And we're adding heat so that the base and infused damage on Catalyze are both being buffed by Valence Fusion. Corrosive +2 green is just overpowered. Yeah, I'm using just one sharp and it's +3. So I get a 98% armor strip on that, at max. So, gotta dispense of that. Right then. Get that going. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Let's just do that instead. That works. It's just... Stop surviving. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I just cleared my heat. I knew I wanted to clear my heat, and in the process, brain went, cast ability, infuse heat. Let's start with the corrosive for the armor strip. Okay. Cast for the arm strip. Oops. Wasted that. I didn't activate these. That was dumb. I mean, they still took a lot of damage. I did that wrong. Please die. Please die. Thank you. I did it wrong and still killed them, so I'm satisfied with that. Let's see if I can do this correctly. This is an unusual combo for me. I don't really spend this much time focusing on setup. I mean, considering this is stronger than pretty much any unit you should actually be facing, I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take it, because these are level 195 Steel Path Exogoxad officers. That doesn't even exist. There isn't a Steel Path Exogoxad officer. And just to verify the amount of hit points on these feckers, Goxstad officer. Let me just bring up the wiki page. There we go. Level 195 Steel Path effective hit points is 65.7 million. Even their cloned flesh, if you wipe out all of that armor, is 148,000. For comparison, if we have a standard bombard, something you'll face in a Grenier mission at the same Steel Path level, sorry, I misspoke, on the hit points, that clone flesh, that's not with a Steel Path modifier, because the wiki doesn't have a section for that. 147,773 times 2.5. Sorry, their hit points are actually 369,000. A bombard of the same setup would be 112,000. Less than a third. So just pure hit points alone, these guys are 3 times stronger, well these gals, 3 times stronger than bombards, and then they also have more armor. Bombards have non-steel path at this level, 10,775, these gals 21,227. And then steel path increases that by another 2.5 times. Same ratio, even bigger detail. So this is about as ridiculously strong as it's gonna go. Can Dante one-shot Exogoxads? Nope. In the same way that Lavos can't, it requires setup. Now, can Dante kill one-shot Exos with said setup? Let's find out. If I go, oh, so close! There we are. What Dante build am I using? My build. Haven't published anywhere as yet. Because DE keep changing them! What about with Burb? I mean, that's a good question. Bird would take this higher. So let's do that. Dark and light, bird takes flight. Dante character model currently blocks line of sight, so I had heard. I don't think I put enough out there. There we are. I mean, the birds don't make that big of a difference. Currently they're nerfed from what they were on release. That might be changing. But also, they take time to apply to stuff. So when you've got a lot of heavy units, they're going to be distracted going for this one, that one, the other one. That'll slow down their effect. Oh, I'm out of energy. And that one broke the line of sight. You fecker. Radiation doesn't really kill those. Do the birds shred anything in lower level content? Shred is an interesting choice of word. Can they kill in lower level content? Let's see, they do... Or is it page flight? Damage with this setup, there would be 1,000 damage per hit. Yeah, that'll kind of burn through stuff. That would kind of burn through some real low level enemies. Yeah. Birds help with overguarded enemies. I mean, they help with any enemy. Not sure why you're specifying overguard. I believe all Dante mains should come up with rhymes and verbal components when casting their powers. I just have the rhyme between the two dark light abilities, so I remember which does which, to be quite honest. Hello there, Bashar. Are there any primers comparable to the Epitaph? The Kuvanu core is on its kind of level as well, but the Epitaph is just AoE primer overload. It's just so good. So there's not a lot that kind of lines up with it there. Do I know how damage vulnerability actually works? The enemy takes more damage. Job done. It's almost like a multiplier to it, yeah. Does rule apply to the birds? Gorilla says yes. I'm inclined to believe them for now, because I don't have any evidence one way or the other. Does Mutalis's Quanta Alt Fire add its 500% electric to Lavos skills? That is so niche. You know what, Jonza? You have a try on that one. Report back. Let me know. That is exceptionally niche as a question. But yeah, so Dante can also kill those. Dare I say with less setup here? Because I didn't even use the Epitaph. If I... Epitaph Paint the Owl. I mean, yeah. That's kind of in Dante's favour on that one. That is absolutely in Dante's favour. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to John's Tank. Johnson, make sure you thank Mirrorlabe for that as well. Cheers. Oh. That was barely a sip of tea. I seem to have run out of that. Water instead. Raw would help killing them, since slash and all that jazz. Yes. I'm glad you're aware that Raw improves the damage of abilities and procs. Cool. What am I testing today? Someone was curious about Dante against Exocockstead officers, which is why that was there. But until D are finished screwing around with Dante, I'm not going to finish the video on him. John said, don't really know how to use Twitch or what that thing that was gifted to me, but thanks. Well, let me walk you through that. Let me walk you through it, Johnson. So, firstly, you've got a subscriber badge next to your name now, which means you can celebrate, hey, look, I'm a subscriber on the channel here. That's a positive. More importantly, it means that you get the subscriber benefits, so you get no more ads whilst watching this channel. You have access to all the emotes which are on this channel, and those emotes are usable not just here, but also over on Discord. If you connect up your Twitch and Discord accounts, you also get access to the Supporter Tea Lounge, that is the premium channel on my Discord, and you can use all of these static subscriber emotes on any Discord, even if you don't have Discord Nitro. All of that bundled together, you got the badge, the emotes, ad-free viewing, and the Supporter Tea Lounge access, all in one sub right there. So yeah, that's what you get for it. And Mirrorlave, thank you very much for giving us a sub over to Timrochad. Timrochad, make sure you say thanks for that as well. I'm assuming, given you've been given it, you're around here. Cheers. Oh. And Mirrorlave, thank you very much for the nice amount of gifted subs. Varix asking, just a question, how does the new Lava Assault work with its extra damage? Is it Mirage damage or other damage buff? It is not a Mirage damage buff. It is a elemental buff. Elemental modded. That's how it works. And it's a flat 200% regardless of strength. I know you said just a question, but usually when someone says just a question, like the just is implying that it's going to be a small question. How does the whole Lavos Ornament work? But yeah, fair do. So I didn't ask about the weirdness behind it, which I will be revealing in the video as well. I want to be satisfied with the weapons. Sorry, with the builds here. Yes, Ray. Yes, it does. So, this is what I use to blap those Exogox stats, and to be honest, if it blaps them, it's going to blap anything. I don't like dropping down the tank as much as this does. I really don't. But it does work, in terms of damage. For the tank here, so on the standard setup, we've got plus 180% armor. This is only plus 100. That's not come through in the chat. There it is! Grey Muff, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper as well. And enjoy your lovely subscriber benefits. All the bits I've just outlined already there. Enjoy, and thank you very much on that. Oh. Cheers. So yeah, we've dropped down from 180 to 100 armor, and health is going to be the same again, yet 180 down to 100 bonus. And because those two stack together in an interesting way, that's quite a difference in the tank there. Let's go level up Lavos so I can just look at the numbers rather than calculate it. Let's just go quickly level them up. How do I want to level them up quickly? I could try go full out on the damage setup like it is here in a survival. 2 birds, 1 stone. Test his survivability, his overall capabilities, and also lappening. When showing an Epitaph build, I can do that after this run. Sanctuary Onslaught? Nah. Sanctuary Onslaught's basic. We don't do basic. That's a lie. We sometimes do basic, but I don't want to. That's the real reason.
Focus, impress him. Give them all warriors death.
Alright.
They have just shut down.
I swear these enemies are spawned early.
Sending life support.
Oh, there's the rest of them. Well, that works. I barely tried to set that up, and they just kind of evaporated. Oh my god, look at my radar. I think I know where the enemies are, guys. These are already dying. Yeah, that's doing some work. Let's try that with gas. Just out of general curiosity, if I go gas... I mean, the damage numbers don't look that big. There's the initial explosion, but then that kind of run out of steam. I suppose the verticality is going to be an issue here. People talk some mad gas about gas, but I don't know if it's what I'm looking for. Other than it just being a pure damage setup. Which, considering that I can just use Archon Vitality for more heat, and also the heat infusion on the basic, or heat buff on the basic, not just the infused element. I mean, that seems to do the trick quite nicely for me there. I'm not sold on gas. I mean, it has its effectiveness, it's just I'm not sold on it. Versus also armor strip for things which are burning over time. It just helps cut through them. Look at that, I mean, you know. For all its AoE, I just don't feel gas has that much going for it. Apparently I killed some enemies while sliding there. Go figure. I think I tapped slide to go faster. If these enemies could actually get to me, that would be great. This pipeline between the two tiles is devastating for these spawn rooms. Yeah. Gas only proper strength is overlap, but that's situation even grouping ability. It is. It's stuck to maximum 10 stacks. Additional stacks later can just overrule it. It doesn't have an armor strip. It doesn't have elemental boost unless you're using the Lavos augment. It just feels a bit pants. That is my actual assessment of gas. Feels pants. Versus this. Doing a lot of work. Okay, I didn't prime these ones. That's on me. Are energy effectiveness yellow shards worth using? Non-Tau. Depends on what build you're putting them on. Maybe. Does your build need more energy from those energy orbs? Then yes. If not, then no. That really is the long and short of it. And it applies to most build things. Does it actually benefit your build? Do it then. If it doesn't benefit your build, even if the type of benefit might help you, but if it doesn't do enough, then don't do it. So, try it out. Does it benefit your build? Oops, didn't mean to press that one. Getting a little low on the life support here. One, because of the shitty room. Two, because I'm using pure Lavos kills to get life support. It's not exactly a high KPM ability. Honestly, the really bad room spawn, though. I don't know how much that is hurting my setup here, but I think it's a lot. And this is running with only the Valence Fusion Augment, so I don't have access to Swift Bite here to give me even faster cooldowns on my abilities. Which is going to have an impact. Yeah, let's go get some of that life support before Mania here takes me away from it. Oh, that, I got... Okay, and we're getting teleported. This is bad. Oh, shoot. I think I hit Mania with a lot of heat, and then because I hit it with more heat from something else, it stopped taking the heat over time from my ability. That's annoying. Glorious, glorious life support, I need you so much.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
Okay, so if I just do that,
Show is ready.
you can see how much is cooking Mania. There's a change I would love. If an enemy has damaging procs on them, don't replace those damaging procs with weaker ones. I would love that change. Because it's an absolute pain in the ass. For slash procs, for heat procs, anything like that. Mania causes teleportation? Yeah, Mania can teleport you around. You just witnessed it. Oh, I don't think I put the infusion on that damage. It'll still do some, but not as much as I hoped.
Critical life support levels. Extraction.
How are we doing on the leveling there? Pretty bad. This combo of tiles, this starting tile and second tile, is just terrible. I'm going to extract and retry. Oh my god, he said ass? Yes.
Close to a year.
Yo, Porfin! You are indeed up on 10 months now. Porfin, thank you very much for resubscribing there. Up onto 10 months, you absolute ledge. Cheers for that, my dude. We were proper sip once we're out of here. And we have escaped. There we are. Porfin, cheers.
Good dance.
Oh. Cheers on that. How big is gas clouds? Yeah, I think someone just pointed out 3 to 6 millimeters. They are very small. Very small. Makes it distinct from electricity? Yeah, electric has a fixed radius on it, but then you can just keep on applying electric procs, whereas gas has a fixed number of procs, but those increased procs increases radius. But also heavily limits its damage output. No. Are the force heat procs from the passive augment doubled from Archon Vitality? That is a very good question, one I did not think to check. Let's try that. Is there any good reason gas is limited to 10 procs? Because of the radius increase. That's not a good reason, that's the reason.
You are a true hunter.
That's just the reason. Do you need to be max rank on the Carvia in order to deep Archimedea? Yes. Do you hate syndicates? Well, apparently they also hate you. That's the takeaway on that one. Alright, let's grab ourselves an Exogoxide Officer, just a single one, because we know they will survive. Because I will not be overpowering them. Okay. So, if I use just Heat Infused at the moment, we get... Yep, 3 procs as expected. So we get 1 from base ability, 1 from infused element, and then Arc of Vitality goes, oh, you just did an ability with heat. Boom. Heat proc. So that's good. That's 3. That's as expected. So, just going to wait for the cooldown to come off on that. And then I'll be able to do the next test, which is with Valence Fusion active, what happens. Let's just up that now. Still 3 procs. Okay. So it's not giving us an extra proc there. And in fact, if I slap it... Yeah, that only gave us 2 extra procs. That's 1 from the ability, 1 from Archon Vitality. Whereas if I do this, we could see I'm getting the forced heat applied from Valence Formation. So Valence Formation is giving heat damage to the ability. We tested this earlier. Actually, we tested it previous to this current hotfix. I want to verify that now. Just because there was a hotfix since then, and DE sometimes push through changes without telling us. Sometimes. I want to verify it's still there. So, currently, I've not got any benefit. Is this going to make me fall over? Hopefully not. Did you find spanners get reset? You don't remember throwing them all into a Gamba? Spanners, as in from Twitch side, do not get reset, Mr. Force. At least not to my knowledge. So, if you ever changed your username, or if you've created new accounts, then that may have had an effect. But otherwise, they just don't get reset. Not to my knowledge. Alright, let's test this. So, damage without the Valence Fusion happening. Oh wait, no, that still activates the Valence Formation, doesn't it? Yeah, 12602. Okay, 12602 at the moment. Let's take off the Valence Formation. Take that off. 12602. Now, god damn it. Oh, for God's sake, this bloody bug. Okay, let's just do that. Same direct hit, but now the DPS has gone down. That's an interesting note on the direct hit versus DPS. So 12602 has become 4201, so that is a third. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh well, Valence block it. But I'm fairly certain it said it was it 5600 on the direct hit? Not enough hit points left to text. Don't use new testing map. The high level enemy doesn't matter. What matters is the ease of using the testing environment. 5600 hit. That new testing environment, god damn it. That new testing environment has a lot of objects in a not useful place, and also the enemies are up a ramp from the spawn. Neither of those are useful to me, so I don't go there. Why are you tripping over? Don't know. It's a bug. Okay, 5600, but I didn't have Valence Formation prepared there. So let's change the loadout and retest again. Just equip something else, doesn't matter. He's about to run out of Overguard. Let's get a new one, just in case I break that. There we go. Valence formation active. 5600. Alright, so it's not affecting the direct damage. Only the proc by the looks of it. Only the proc. That is of particular note. VF proc on ability only, not on direct damage. There we are. Cool, that's useful to note. Would it still grow the proc if it's infused with a different element? So, no. Whichever way around you're talking about that, no. If you're meaning, if I use Toxin first and then cast a full heat 4, there is no benefit because it's full heat and a Toxin bonus. They don't match. If you mean if I use Toxin bonus and then Toxin on the 4, the heat base will not be improved, but the Toxin will be. The elements have to match for there to be a buff. That's it. Is the Harrow animation set my favourite? It's not the Harrow Prime, it's just Harrow. And I think it works well on a bunch of frames, yeah. It's just Harrow Noble, though. Nothing Prime about it. Okay. What do we not know about Lavos' Augment? So we know we can do that, and that allows me to take this weapon and go, oh, look at all those heat procs. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Hot damn, that is going to be some damage. Let's do a load of these. Enjoy your heat procs, motherfucker. Have some more. Yeah. Ah, you changed your name back, Fork, did you? Or did you change account? That seems more likely, but let me check here. Yep, you changed account. That's what it was. Alright then. Instrumental Rock, you absolutely may have that. Boop. There we are. You don't like the Harrow animation, does not pass through one of the Warframes? Yeah, that's a thing. Every animation set that uses some kind of equipment doesn't use the equipment in its animation set on other frames. The same is true with Protea animation where she's juggling the different grenades. Put that on anyone else and they just kind of put their hands out twirling nothing and it looks weird. Instrumental Rook sounds like an epic chess move. I mean, that'd fit, yeah. Dante too. Yeah, Dante. Eureli. Again, anything with equipment in the animation. Yeah. I don't know why D have done it that way. They just did it that way. Harrow Noble is real standard ease energy. Yeah, it fits. Soldier of War. Does the new augment have funky interaction with the attrition incarnate bonuses? Okay, that's an interesting question, Flo. I don't know why it would. Have you experienced anything to that effect? Like, literally anything at all to that effect? Or are we throwing crap at the wall? I mean, valid if true. Ew, I got on the headshot one. What for? What was I doing? Is you really the exception? Who knows? Honestly, that entire Warframe is an exception. Zata whispered that bug too. Had that bug? Which bug are you talking about, Solomir? Because Zata's Whisper and this ability, the Augment on Lavos, are two very different things. Then it used to double dip on attrition, so yeah, Zata was a second hit. Which is not what Valence Formation is doing. It doesn't give a second hit, it is giving you an elemental bonus to your weapon, additive to other elemental bonuses, and then also forcing a proc on your hits with said weapon. It also, for some reason, is giving an additive elemental bonus to Lavos' abilities on their procs, but not the direct damage. And to that yeah, we tested it on other proc types than heat, didn't we? Verify. Epitaph build? Yeah, standard primer build that I've got for the Epitaph. Heat viral setup, secondary encumber. Bish bash bosh. The status isn't from a whole second hit? Absolutely not, no, Solomir. Absolutely not. Okay, let's give this a whirl. There's gonna be nothing that'll happen here, but we'll see. So the only elements to gas procs? Correct, yeah. Lavos with his Orbment is the only way you can get an elemental buff to gas procs. There is, to my knowledge, no other source of that. That's okay, Zom. I hope you're able to feel less tired at some point soon. Alright then. Let's first of all verify the build we're testing with. Probably don't want something stupid. Gas material? Nope. So let's go with just Restoration for now. We can add in elementals for further testing in a moment. Just this for now. We got the guy spawned. So, starting damage. Let's go for leg shots. 371 or 7791. That was perfect. Actually, that couldn't have gone better. 371 or 7791. So 371 or 7791. I'll just verify that those numbers are what they should be. 7791 divided by 371, exactly a 21 times multiplier. Beautiful. So far, so good. So far, so good. And just put the notepad where it's not blocking the chat. Does the Force proc count as ability damage? Nope. Why would it? So, let's pop some heat on here. Off to the sides, we're not hitting him with anything accidentally. 1113 and taking 558 on the proc. 1113 with 558. Let's see if we can get the extra hit. I'm going to wait for the procs to go just to make it cleaner on the mathematics here. $23,373 for, what is that? Oh, the buff ran out. Buff ran out mid-proc, something to be aware of. So, going to have to retry that. Oh, not the proc I'm looking for. We'll wait a moment. There we go. Proc is 23,375. That doesn't sound right. Or did I see the... Oh wait, I've got 2 heat procs. I did something wrong there. And this guy's run out of hit points. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, 1 heat proc, 11,688. And that verifies it's not an ability proc, because otherwise my Arc and Vitality would kick in to give us another proc. So, the 1113 divided by 371 is exactly 3, which shows us there, as you'd expect, we're just getting triple damage due to Valence Formation. I never actually checked the heat... Well, of course there'd be no heat proc without the buff. So yeah, I can't compare that one directly. But I can go 558 times 2. Yeah, it is the direct damage there. And again, 11,688 times 2. 23,376, 23,373. That little bit of rounding is either directly rounding or just quantization being weird. 23,373 divided by 7,791 is again a 3 times multiplier. So all of that so far is looking normal. There is no weirdy schmeediness so far from the 2000%. And if there was going to be any weirdness, I'd have seen it by now. I am not seeing any hits of a ridiculously high value, which is suggesting no type of double dipping happening. Explosive tanky? I mean, this gun has serration only on it. For testing purposes. Now, if you want to see this with a more reasonable setup, I mean, we can do that. Go something more along this line. I fell. get one of these, and let's get some elite lancers in, just for, get some butchers, but just quickly getting some stacks on stuff. Oops, didn't mean to hit them, but whatever. Alright, now let's see what it does to the Xmas. Yeah. Or... Oops. Didn't actually finish the transformation. There you go. If, in case you were curious as to just how much tank it's not actually got on that Xmas unit. That's more like what you're looking at, right? I was using a testing one. More like how little the Fenmore cares? Yeah. The fuck is this build? Fenmore. Is this the first time you've come across the Fenmore? I mean, fair enough if so, but you have been around a while on the channel here, so I'd be surprised if that's true. Just saying. You think it's hilarious to faceplant every 3 seconds? I mean, it's taken away from the power fantasy just a little bit. Just a little bit. It seems to be something to do with having the Arctic Xmas. Because you see, right now we've got Arson Xmas. I can just be like dancing around him. Okay, I've got Valence blocked now, but I can be dancing around him. No problem, no issue. Danky Kang asking, is it bad etiquette to plug a Void Fissure without a relic equipped? Absolutely yes, that is despicable. If you didn't know better, fair enough, but it is despicable because there are people there intending to open up relics with other people. If you want to run a Void Fissure and not bring a relic, you're not going to get a relic reward from others anyway. Run solo. There is no reason for running pub without a Void Relic. Zero. You get no benefit, other people get a worse outcome. You are merely causing problems if you do that. Okay, Leech Xmas, nope. Energy Leech, also nope. Ha, I laugh at you. Blitz, not the one I'm looking for. Energy Leech, again, still wrong. Arson, piss off. Arson again, piss off. Arson again, piss off. Leech, oh, come on. Why can't I just choose the type of Xmas? There we go. Okay, so now we've got an Arctic Xmas on field. And I'm walking fine. I'm walking fine. I'm walking fine. So, I've picked up a lot of energy. So, whilst I have energy and I have immunity, I'm going to be fine. But you saw a hit flashed on my screen. There's another hit flashing on my screen. Alright. Valence Fusion runs out, I fall over. So it is something to do with the Arctic Xmas. And it is something that can be blocked by, what do you call it? By having knockdown immunity. Maybe it's the bubble spawning in and popping immediately. We tested this morphin, I went into a mission, the same thing happened. So it's not the bubble appearing but not actually appearing. Which also, I don't know if that even happened. The pulsing you're seeing is its cold aura. Ah, it's unfortunate at all. Yeah. If you bug out and are forced into a mission without a relic when you selected a relic, and I've had that happen, sometimes the game just screws you over. Yeah. Does the arcane that prevents cold procs prevent it happening? I highly doubt it. Do I even have that useless arcane? I do. Let's find out. Can I sneak in without getting any health orbs? Okay, there we are. So no, it didn't protect me there. My suspicion, absolutely correct. Turns out that cold prop protection does not protect against knockdowns. Knockdowns are a separate thing. So if I go back onto my consequence, there we go. Because like if I go up there with Prime Sure-Footed, and again I'm trying to avoid those energy orbs that are littered all around the place. Okay, that was never going to work, but sure. So I'm in the radius now. You can see the hits. As soon as Valence Fusion runs out... no effect. You can see I am now immune to that effect. All good. Strangely, Worm kicks in its negate if I am immune to the effect. But if Worm does not kick in... sorry, if I'm not immune to the effect, Worm does not kick in. I don't understand that one either. This game is full of fonk, and I cannot explain it. Just cannot. Why I get the bug every time you try to get for hours you don't get it? Does Prime Shuffle to prevent it? Yes, I just demonstrated that. Straight up. Sasha having difficulty getting Gauss? Yeah, welcome to RNG. It can be a dick like that. Fun fact, Steel Path does not improve your chances of getting Gauss. Just a little extra there for you. Okay. So this Arc and Vitality Precision Intensify Lavos build is just overkill. I don't know if I'd call it overkill, because the extra benefits you're getting means that fewer procs on enemies or less perfect setups still lead to potentially lethal damage, or lethal damage quicker. Why is Arsenal showing 175 energy on this build? Because Lavos actually has 175 max energy, he just doesn't have access to it, and any energy he gains almost instantly runs out. Which is part of how he's able to pick up energy orbs, and part of how he's able to use preparation to benefit his Archwing. By equipping preparation to Lavos, when you go into Archwing, you start with more energy than if you didn't. And I think we also discovered if you equip Flow, it further increases the energy that you may start with on your Archwing up to the max your Archwing has available. Yeah. There are some interactions which only make programming logic sense, but no game logic sense. What about blue shards? You can't put them on him. But energy shards, you just can't put them onto Lavos, so it doesn't matter. Lavos as an energy bar as proven by Archwing, might be one of your favourite bits of Warframe trivia. Lavos benefits from preparation as proven by Archwing is the even wilder one. Like, we can see the energy bar here, hence they're talking about it, but the fact that we can prove it... also starts mission with 10 energy. What? The fact we can prove it with the preparation too is wild. Starts mission with 10 energy. The curiosity is getting the better of me. Dear God, dear bloody God. I mean, if it doesn't break the game, why change it? Yeah. Need a tiny bit of help care. Does 2 Emerald Shards benefit Grendel more than 2 Crimson ones? Insufficient question. What are you discussing? Your entire build is going to matter. What are you using the Crimson Shards for? What are you using the Emerald Shards for? Are you building Grendel for ability damage? Are you building Grendel for ability non-toxin damage? Are you building Grendel for armor strip? What are you doing? For his 4 specifically. Okay. So you're asking on Grendel, who has no shards on him at the moment and makes it even harder for me to point this out. I thought I had some shards on him. You're asking on Grendel, when using this ability that deals a whackload of toxin damage, do you want more strength, or do you want the shards that increase the toxin damage from abilities? Sorry, toxin damage from procs, I think it is, right? If so, against higher level enemies, whereupon they will have more hit points for this ability to scale from, which is independent of his strength, yes, you want to have the Emerald Shards. If, however, you're only against lower level enemies, or enemies with lower health pools, I'm talking like pre-Steel Path, then no, you want the Crimson Shard instead. Bearing in mind that is only talking about the 4th ability and only talking about the damage, Strength is also going to buff his other abilities, and it's going to buff this one in terms of the armor. This one in terms of the armor strip on it, as well as the damage. So, typically Toxin, yes, but only in that narrow-minded approach. You need to consider the rest of your build first. Yeah. Fantastic, thank you for the answer. My absolute pleasure. Subscribe. You're not forced to, but would you? Ray saying, since passives carry over to Archwings, does Lavos' passive augment benefit Archwing for a short term after gaining passive damage buff? Does Lavos' passive augment, well, the new augment, Valence Formation, benefit Archwing for a short term after gaining the passive damage buff? You don't have anything to match that to, so it couldn't matter in the first place. Because the only time you can use both Lavos and Archwing is in an open world mission, whereupon you'll be using normal weapons still. You have to test it in Sharkwing? Oh god. I'm not testing in Sharkwing. That is too niche for me to consider. I refuse. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Raccoon. Raccoon well ahead of me on thanking Mirrorlabe there as well. So, Mirrorlabe, cheers all around on that. I just want to point out, we've got 12 subs today, and there was Porfin, Greymuff, The Wizard of Oz, John Mark, and then and Cosmo, but the rest of it is from Mirrorlabe. Okay, I mean, it's not as much from Mirrorlabe as I thought there. Not as much proportionally. I want to be clear on that, Mirrorlabe, not knocking it down. Just the fact that you have gifted 5, 6, 7, 8 subs now. 8 subs? You're dominating the... Oh, that's not what I meant, Mirrorlabe! That's not what I meant! I meant proportionally! In my head, I was like, Mirrorlabe has gifted all the subs, though other people have subs. Is there another language I can communicate in that doesn't lead to these kind of miscommunications, or am I just doomed? Because I only know English, so is there a way around this? Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for the additional gifted subs there. Going out to Volcameria, to Raven Lion, to Main Char, to Tricky Mickey, and to Zach McCracken. Mirrorlabe, I hope you understand that was not what I meant in the slightest. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you for pushing us over 30... Yeah, there's now 31 gifted subs from you, in fact, in April. And April is only 7 days old. That... You could stop right now, and you would still have gifted more than a sub a day this entire month. We're a week in. Technically, we haven't finished getting a week in. Thank you. Mirrorlabe Supremacy continues. I mean, Mirrorlabe is maintaining that #1 spot. Briefly, it went to Addy. Mirrorlabe went, yeah, not having that. And fixed it at the start of this very stream. Raven King suggesting, consider English simplified. Look, if the American version of English was any better at avoiding miscommunications, I'd switch. But it ain't. So I'll stick with English traditional, thank you. Speak German? 9. Get about to learn a whole other language just to be clear. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to work, isn't it? I don't think that's going to work. I mean, even if I did try the whole German aspect, I'm going to mess that up because of the compound words which are just sentences without a spacebar. Straight up. In what world is American English simplified? It's a mockery of the whole distinction you'll see in language drop-downs, Chinese traditional, Chinese simplified. Well, considering I live in literal England where English came from, we must have the traditional. Also, aluminum. You want to tell me that's not meant to be simplifying it for some people? Like, oh, aluminium has too many syllables. Aluminum. Yeah, come on now. It's simplified. Aluminum. It slightly hurts to hear it. Aluminum. Imagine removing an I and thinking you're better. I mean, the fact that a number of American words have letters removed compared to English, and that can be partly attributed to reducing the cost of printing out in the newspapers, that literally It was economics that adjusted your language. Economics adjusted your language. What? Not changes in cultural interests, not changes in demographics, not invasions or whatnot. Straight up money changed the language. That's impressive. I'll give you that. That is certainly a unique one. I don't know I've heard of something quite so widespread in a language as that. Money changed you? Quite literally, Cosmo, in that case. Yes, quite literally. Also, Umbrelli makes another good point between the whole traditional simplified thing when it comes to autumn. Yeah. I think we can leave that one there. If we go any further, I feel like I will be crossing lines I don't want to cross. But observations with regards to actual factual differences in the languages, yeah, I can go that far. We need to be careful we don't cross the line. Language is one thing. Let's not go too far. No crossing the Rubicon on this one. Such as Delanor's comments. Anywho. Yeah, we don't need to keep Grenell equipped. So, Lavos Augment. What have we verified so far, and what else do we need to verify? We've verified that it applies as a elemental bonus to the weapon. We've verified that it doesn't increase the direct damage of the ability being cast, but it does increase the proc damage. I haven't tested that on electric. I'm going to go test that on electric, just because I want to be certain that it does improve all of the procs properly, not just, say, heat. So let's just check what's going on with that one. Is it 200% of your power strength or 200% flat? 200% flat. Unmodified by strength whatsoever. The only ability effect on it is duration on how long the buff lasts. So duration is more valuable on it there. So, let's get this going. From testing your Boltor, was aptitude additional multiplicative? Remember you tested him when you built him? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it was additive. Miralabe, you slightly concern me. You slightly concern me. How have you managed this, Miralabe? Have you learned the side-eye? Have you actually learned that signature side-eye of when a new mug of tea arrives? Have you really been focusing on this channel that much to identify a new mug of tea has arrived? How? I didn't mention it. I barely broke from what I was doing. How? Door sound came up on stream first time you heard it. Oh, door did creak, didn't it? God damn it. I'll oil the handle. I'll have to oil the handle. But there we are. So now we know Miralabe doesn't just have gifted subs out the wazoo, but also has absolute focus. Alright then. That's cool. Alright, please don't be an Arctic. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm getting a different one. I'm not falling over to test things. No, I refuse. There we are. Energy Leech. Who ever preferred Energy Leech over an Arctic? But here we are. Here we bloody are. Queen, thank you very much for the hydrate. Cheers. Okay, so if I infuse the electric here and then do the wrong thing with that, so let's just get rid of that. Oh, now I need the electric back. I'm so used to just reinfusing heat. Okay, electric on you. Let's see what happens. Slams in. 4202 2801. 4202 2801. 4202 2801. 4202 2801. Now this is still with the second heat proc happening as well there. So that 2801 should actually be 2 heat procs, so it's 1400 each. And 1400.5 and times 3, 4202. So yeah, it is buffing the electric damage there. That is good. How do you tell which is which? How do I tell what is what, Gorilla? And now I'm just going to see the direct hit on this. Is it also still at 5600? 5600. Cool. In the numbers. From experience with the numbers already. And knowledge of what should be doing what. Yeah. T is for almost 70 by end of stream. Alright. Cheers, Squirbo. Yeah, Gorilla. There is no way to distinguish them from the proc overtime damage. So the entire distinguishment is just from going, okay, it has to work this way because there is no other answer that makes sense. If it was, instead of the way I put it around, if it was 4,202 from the heat and 2,801 from the electric, can you conceive of any rhyme or reason that would make those numbers correct, Gorilla? Given what we know, given the circumstances, is there anything that would make those numbers correct here? There you are then. That's how we figured it out. That is how we figured it out. Also, yo, is that Jadna? Jadna, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel, proper my dude, and enjoy all your lovely little subscriber benefits from the emotes, Discord access, and your new badge. Cheers. Thank you very much on that, Jadna. Is something that springs to mind? Exactly, really. So this basically how it comes down to testing proc damage. It's just going, for a lot of instances in Temporal, it's just predicting, first of all, what should happen, observing what does happen, and if things don't match up, okay, what rational explanation can we give for why this happens? If an explanation can't be found, test more things until you find a pattern that indicates what's actually going on. For example, discovering that the Grimoire doesn't use Hornet Strike on the splinter shots, only the initial shot. That was a weird one to discover and wasn't what I was predicting at all. I thought it had to do with the crit multiplier because 3.2, but no. Hornet Strike increases your damage from 1 times to 3.2 times. That's where it was. Portfin, I've just got a hard to test idea. Does the Force proc apply to the additional hits you can get from Decrees and Deviri? I don't think I want to test that. Yeah, I don't think I want to test that. Because I'd need to get Lavos in Duviri and then get those decrees to then test it. I don't think I want to do that. Quite frankly. I feel like that is too niche to matter. You're going to either have the augment or not, and you're either going to have the decrees or not. You're not going to pick up the augment because of the decrees, and vice versa. So no, I refuse. It's too niche to matter. Yeah. John, they're asking, I have a question for you if you don't mind. What frames are worth Umbra Former in your opinion? It comes down to your access to Umbra Former. Because, you know, some people might have a few too many Umbral Former going around. You've already subscribed, you can't take that back when you see this. Just saying. So, some people might have a few too many Umbral Former lying around. This is a 7 Umbral Urali. So, bear that in mind before we go into the rest of this. In terms of where to use your Umbral Former, it's not which frames are best for it, and therefore you must put it on those frames, but rather which builds are best for it, and when that becomes a consideration. If you are using the full Umbral set, that means you're on a Warframe which has high base health, high base armor, and you want strength. If those three things are not all true, the Umbral set is not the correct set to be using. Even on this build with Urani, it causes me pain. So it has to be all those three. If you have a frame that is all those three, and you need the extra modding space, such as on levels here, then you can start to use those former. Because if I didn't have this former, I'd still have the capacity. If I didn't have two of these former, and I already have former elsewhere, I wouldn't be able to fit this. That's how it works. Whereas on this setup, you can see I need all three of these Umbral former for this specific setup, because Prime Continuity is actually going over a D polarity there. If this was a V polarity on this slot, again, I could get away with one of these not being Umbrals. And previously, it wasn't a triple Umbral. But chat here also changed that. Go the Hydrate. Cheers. And to those of you asking, why are there 7 Umbral formers on Eurali? Because there is $6,000 Canadian raised for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, basically to try and cure cancer. And you know what? I think that is worth it. Swizzle, thank you for that sound. So yeah, 6,000 Canadian dollars, just slightly over, are in their hands because of those former and because of the mage streams. So when you bring those two bits together, you know what? That was completely worth it. Not to overlook as well that some people also donated to that cause to get hold of some of these, which was very, very nice. Ray saying 1k of that was not designated to Eurali. True, no, it wasn't. It was directed. It wasn't directed at the card, and it wasn't directed at the Urays, and it wasn't directed at the mage streams. I think you did it, Ray, simply because you're a good person. Which, you know, fair enough. That is absolutely fair enough. When they add more Umbra mods, you'll get the last laugh. I suppose if they add in a new alternative Umbral set, or something that uses the Umbral formers, and that is suitable for Eurali, then sure, I might be laughing. But I doubt that's going to happen. I think I am a little bit out on that one. Umbral Stretch? Oh god, could you imagine? There's no way you would ever make that. Stretch buffed up to that extent, they're not going to let us have that. Nope. I do not see that happening, because I'll be quite honest with you. That might be a contender for Umbral Intensify here, and I just need to see if it would give me enough range to be worth then taking off this. That would be a tough one. Like, I think I would go for that. I would go if it clashed with Umbral Intensify. This is take off Umbral Intensify based on the fact that that's from a 44%, which is normally 30%. So this is 50% above, so 50% on that. We'll be looking at 100. What's that? I'm just gonna get the calculator. Fuck that. 115% range. Imagine 115% range on this slot here. Yeah, I would remove this and put in then Precision Intensify, which means that my last ability would have more strength than before, because currently it's getting 17 net. This would give it 90 net, and my range would have gone up by another 25% on that basis. I would jump on that. The Umbral builds you could do, if you could have Umbral Stretch instead of Umbral Intensify with the same scale of bonus, absolutely. The same 50% buff and then additional Umbral set buff. That would be insane. Well, it's only 36% range. Why would it be lower than Stretch? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Capture 3 Umbral at a time. I'd imagine if they were going to do an Umbral casting mod, it would be incompatible with Umbral Intensify directly. Precision Intensify came out with Whispers in the Wall, Precision Intensifier gives you 90% strength specifically on your 4th ability slot. Which is a nifty one, and is very important to Lab Boss, or can be very important to Lab Boss for strength, because except for Ophidian Bite, you don't care about the strength on these two. The damage on these is nearly immaterial, and that's the only strength stuff for them. On Ophidian Bite, it does affect your ability to heal, so not having the strength there does matter. But then this, that's where the power is at. And that is almost a free Blind Rage, and it's cheaper to fit, and cheaper on the Endo. That's huge. Like, there's almost contender for that if it weren't for this existing. And is contender for that if it weren't for the fact that Full Umbral Set is Full Umbral Set. Like, yeah, you can't be ignoring that. Alright, I need to finish leveling up this Lavos moments ago, because stream time is where stream time is at. So, I'm going to go level this Lavos. And whilst we're at it, if you haven't already got yourselves a ticket for the raffle, make sure you do that now. ! Raffle in the chat, because whilst there are drops, there is also a platinum giveaway you can get yourselves in on. /10. Cheers. Oh. Cheers indeed. So I'll give you all a moment to grab those tickets, and whilst you're at it, if you do enjoy the channel here, if you enjoy all that I do, what was that? All that I do, then please consider hitting that subscribe button to join the channel proper and get access to all the additional subscriber benefits whilst you're at it. Or, if you don't like doing subscriptions, and honestly, I can understand that, if you don't want to do subscriptions, then instead you can hit the merch up. Go !merch, head on over to the merch store there, grab yourself a lovely Genshin mug, or any of the other bits and pieces you can see there. But that is all of that sellout for now. Let's go level up Lavos, and I'm going to hope that I get a better setup in Ceres, because I'm going to go there again. I want to give that more of a whirl. Seeing those two red numbered mods hurts me. But it's necessary. It's necessary. Alright. Let's go level Renos. Please give me a good starting room. Give me that corridor. The beautiful, beautiful testing corridor. Please. Come on. Don't give me that ugly ass pipe connector it gave me on the previous run. That was terrible. Oh, this is looking good. I missed that. This is looking good. Let's see what we get here.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support.
Yeah, that's looking good. Pop. That's doing a bit of damage. Alright. Let's try it with the gas approach. What happens if we do that? Unprimed gas? Yeah, no. The priming is still important. The priming is still where it's at. I mean, understandable, really. It's Lavos. Doing gas with primer does do a lot of work there. I just feel like they walk through the gas now before it matters. Also, it leaves a lot of crap on my screen. That's a thing. Bop. Yeah. This is my favourite tile scene in videos all the time. I use it as a testing tile because I can get the Grineer to be pouring into me here. So yeah, because it's just so good for the survival, that's why I put a lot of focus here. I don't have to deal with verticality. I don't have to deal with stupid pathways to tiles. Oh god, that prime shift footing not being on. I feel it. It's just the place. What are the many ways to buff ability damage? You can go to the wiki for that. I'm not even going to attempt to fail to list all of those. Go to the wiki. You know there are lots. Damage! We can already see the difference between this tile and the previous one that we had. How much easier it is to get that reset. I really should have primed these first, my bad. Let's do a cold dash. There we go, got that off the reset, and bunch damage. Hello Netanaris, I'm doing alright, hope you're doing well yourself. Hope you are doing well. Let's continue leveling Lavos. I almost said leveling. Kind of halfway slipped out there, not gonna lie. Come on. And they all melt. Except for this guy, who could just die anyway. Why use multiple gun to prime when few gun do trick? Well, I'm just using one. Unless you're responding to someone else, in which case, you know. Wouldn't Infested be better for leveling because they spawn more units? They give so much less affinity, it's actually painful. The Grineer are really good for affinity compared to all the other factions. Like, so much so, it's actually imbalanced. I don't know why the Grineer are worth so much more, they just are. It's just how DE made the game. We're at 382 kills so far. We're getting over 100 kills per minute with this. I'm just epitaph spamming, basic ass cooldown reduction, and then just setting off a bomb. And we are getting over 100 kills per minute with this. This is actually kind of stupid. Oh, well that was nice. Thanks, mate. Here, I can do my own. Bang. Yeah, screw you. I'm going to switch back to using heat. Let's get rid of this here. Let's do that. I should have cast that at these guys. I'm done. That's fine. We'll just wait. Bounce. Why is that not doing a mercy kill? Whatever. He died. There we go. Get the reset. Prime and bomb. Send that down the line. That should get a whole bunch of them. And get this ability back soon. There it is. Bang. I wonder if the gas was better here, actually. Even considering all the other effects, I wonder if the sheer AoE of it makes it better. Although I'm still killing.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
I mean, I'm still killing. Look at that. Nearly 600 kills in 5 minutes with a primer caster Lavos. And I'm not even using Swift Bite, which would really help here. Because the amount of casting I'll be able to do with that as well, in such tight circumstances, oh, that'd be beautiful. I'm maintaining life support without an issue. This could be an issue. So, Acolyte. Acolyte versus this setup. Let's see what happens here. It's violence. Cast it now. I mean, they're taking damage. Is it enough damage? I don't think it is. Especially when they're going vulnerable through a tick. Yeah. Oh, it cast too quick. I accidentally tap casted. I mean, it still did the damage. I'd still killed violence with this setup, which is still kind of wild to me. I'll be quite honest. That's a lot of damage. Up. And Valence Fusion, no, Valence Formation, another VF, is straight up tripling the damage I would have been doing prior to this update. That slot could have gone onto Swift Bite, so it is that trade-off there that Swift Bite is not on this setup currently. But it is otherwise tripling my damage output. I'd say that's doing pretty well. Let's just mercy kill this one. Love the Lavos look. Thank you. Alright. That's off cooldown. Bap! Are we fully leveled? Ah, one more burst will do it. One more burst. Maybe. Let's go over with the hydrate. Sure. Let me just do that as well. Cheers. Send this down the line there. That should get a bunch of them. Oh wow, that got more than I was expecting actually. I'm fully recharged already. Let's just paint the area and then blappage. There we are, max rank. Said it was one more burst. Beautiful. That is the power of tile set right there. We did not change the build, did not change the approach. Went from having to use live support in the first 5 minutes to no problem whatsoever. Actually, zero problem. That is the power of a good tile. But yeah. Have I seen people using Venice formation to cheese the Old Mother Elemental Shield? I mean, I've not seen it, but the use case is obvious. Yeah. The use case is painfully obvious for that. We might do that on another stream. But for now, it's about time we do that Platinum raffle. So, if you've not already grabbed yourself a ticket, it means you weren't even trying to, because I have called it out multiple times on this stream. I'll give you one last moment on that, whilst I just try and find which tab the raffle is actually behind. We'll give you a moment on that. I think it's that tab. Oh, no. Is it that one? There it is. Yeah. Give you a moment on that. Valence formation will be great on Grendel missions. Oh. Porphin, you are cooking with gas. I did not even think about that. I'm writing that one down. Grendel missions. Pog. Porphin, you legend. Yep. I straight up did not think of that because, of course, Grendel missions don't really cross my mind. Lavos already slaps them. So I'm saying gas you mad Ken to clear the Cocoa toxin here. It's old school gas. The good gas. The gas that dealt toxin. But yeah, they're the only place where augments have such unique power because they're the only mods that activate. And that's going to triple your damage. Not only that, it gives you constant toxin modding of 200%. Whoo! Yep, that's the way to cheese the Gundle missions. Alrighty then. That's a cheese snack right there. That is indeed a cheese snack. Oh. Love it. Absolutely love it. That is 200 IQ. Yeah. Nice. Combine with any AoE weapon. Oh, I mean, yeah. My go-to suggestion is the Spore Laser, because kit guns are amazing and easy to access, plus Lavos. Spore Laser Lavos already is good. Add on that. Oh, those Grendel missions have no idea what is coming. None. And you can use a subsumed ability, so you could subsume off your 4, because you don't really need that. You could keep that. Subsume off the 2, it hurts me, but that might be the right choice. Subsume off that, put on Raw, Piercing Raw, so it's recastable. You have Raw, you have, for faction damage, you have the Toxin from Valence Formation for the Toxin damage. Oh my god. If only there was a reason to do it more than once, helping out friends. I helped out Sil with his. But yes, that is, woo! Nice. What is Cheese Snack's favourite cheese? The cheese that was left out on a plate that it's not supposed to have, but it really, really wants. Because slightly illegal cheese is the snake's favourite cheese. Snakes don't want to be handed their cheese. They gotta take a bite. Sneak it away. That's his favourite. How was Deep Archimedea? Went well. We had Mirage and a team setup that was just amazing. So yeah. And if you want a second Grendel, feed Helmet, but Grendel Prime, Jellyfish. So you get one Grendel, feed it, Grendel Prime. Just saying. Just saying on that. Rip Blazing Pillage? Oh, who needs that? That's old school. That's old school. We don't need that. Anyway, that all aside, let's close up the giveaway now. Everyone's got a ticket. If you didn't want a ticket, well, you're not in it. There we are. Simple as. So, of those of you who do indeed have a ticket, and there are quite a number of you, the winner today of the Platinum giveaway is going to be Matthew H626. Matthew H, congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you in your Twitch DM shortly after this stream to get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. We'll get that sent on over to you there, absolutely. So does Poor Finn get inspiration? I mean, Poor Finn is already very well inspired. They don't need any D&D mechanic. They got it going good on this one. But yes, indeed. Matthew, congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you to get hold of those details. You've got 24 hours to respond, so just on the off chance you need to go get yourself a cuppa right now, I'm fine with that. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining in today. I do hope you have enjoyed today's stream. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming again. Oh, yes indeed. It's the third and final week of the anniversary drops, so I will be streaming again tomorrow. And as a result of that, you can look forward to getting hold of the drops as soon as they go live with a new set right here on this channel. Because I'm sure y'all love that. But for now, we need to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. Who can we raid today? I will be honest, a few times I've looked at the Warframe category and been a little bit disappointed as to our options. I will be quite honest, because I don't want to raid someone that doesn't even have a camera. And I certainly am not very partial to just big boob VTube, I'll be quite honest. Yeah. What are the drops next week? Check the drops link, Snake Raider. If you go to the drops link, it gives you the info for all three. I'll be honest, I've forgotten. But yeah, let's see. Who can we raid? Dogstream, me. There's someone. Have we been to Nurture before? I don't know if we have. Let me just check in, make sure they're not about to end a stream. Or at least get the idea from it. That is muted on that side. Oh wow, they've been going for a while. They have been going for a while. But they're still running missions. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright then. Raid is initiated. There we are. Cool. Alright, we are heading on over to Nurture to be on your absolute best behavior, chat. They have been streaming for quite a while now, so let's give them a little bit of a boost, shall we? Let's lift them up. If you got access to those Snake Raider modes, make sure you're smacking them out there. If you haven't got it right now, I don't know if you can unlock it with spammers or not, but I mean, you can give it a whirl if you wish to. But that is all from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. I will be live again tomorrow. Be on your very best selves, and have a good one. Bye-bye.